video off. Whoa! All right, scratching the itch. Finger Lakes fishing. I think we get started. Let's get it going. I missed him. Dang. Oh man, we got some drama. We got some stuff to fill you in on, but let's hang a fish first. I hope I can. I sure hope I can. Dang, suck. Old 2D, $150 electronics Elias fishing ain't gonna get it done. In his mind he got it done just now. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're gonna show you the excitement of lake trout jigging. Starting with this Mackinaw shad. It's a 1 ounce one. I know I don't have as many as I used to. Kind of looking for a new supplier and also kind of just downscaling overall. But things might happen. We gotta look at some feet today, I know. My water shoes are in the truck bed. Feet pictures it is. Okay, that fish was in, okay. Looks like there's a few fish out here. 80 feet, 85 feet. Get him, lake trout, get him. Oh, just that one nibble so far. We'll keep going then. I remember when the fish finders were black and white. Yeah, so my Lowrance, no more. Shit the bed. That's okay. I got a new Garmin. This is my first Garmin. It looks like it's reading fish pretty clearly. I fished a little bit yesterday with it. Fishing wasn't very good, and I got caught in thunderstorms. But, oh man, yeah, I could see stuff going on. Definitely seeing the suspects coming out. See if they're hungry or not. It's kind of a video game-based fishing, a little bit. It's fun though. Oh, these fish don't want to eat anything though. Let's keep going then. Get moody trout this time of year sometimes. Only bite in certain windows. Oh, look at that shoreline. We're going to work that shoreline too. I like how that all looks. I think I found some fish here, guys. All right, round 2. I think I finally found some. Still no bites, but yeah, I found a few fish. Come on, let's go. I want to get a couple of lake trout. Get the skunk out, and then I think we'll explore some ultralight today. I don't know. I'm kind of pumped if this all works out. These fish don't want to bite. Or maybe 62 feet is going to be the depth. Oh, there he is. 62 feet. I'm gonna kick this video off. Whoa! Is that a salmon? Big fish either way. Let's go. I thought I had a lake trout there. We're out on the Finger Lakes, and we're starting with a trophy. So we know, we're business to some extent. I'm hoping this is going to be a trophy. Yeah, that's no lake trout, that's for sure. I think this is a landlocked salmon. It's a very large fish. Dang. Must have hooked him like in the corner too. that Iowa Fuego's sizzling. Let's see, are we recording everything? Yeah, we're recording. We're live. You're looking at some feet today. And we're trying to catch some good fish. I've been at the Finger Lakes for a minute here. And weather, bad location. I hope I don't lose this fish. I do want to see it. I saw some silver color, so I'm thinking, dang, he's dogging me. He might have wrapped me up too in that leader. Back off on that drag, man. What is it? I hate that head shake. They do this death roll, some of these salmonoids, and then you're not sure what you hooked. Oh my goodness. Big salmon. I'm pretty sure that's a landlock. Either a salmon or a rainbow. Rainbow, big rainbow trout. Smack that Mackinaw. Oh, man. All right, I know I got to keep a fish for my dad. That's a nice size rainbow, man. That fish, these fish are crackheads like that, huh? We got enough ice in here. I don't know. Yeah, my dad's gonna appreciate this one. Gonna keep one rainbow. Usually release a lot of these fish too, but today we gotta keep a couple for the table. That's a healthy looking one right there. Whew. Yeah, I think there might be some natural reproduction of them, but look at that chrome color too. Tough fish. It's probably about 25, 26 inches is my guess. Now I've heard some 30 inchers getting caught, so that's a big one. Yeah, 26. Nice, man. Okay. One for the table. Getting started early. I'm gonna take a quick photo of him on this camera. My first rainbow in a few years. Got my first rainbow trout in a few years, about 26 inches. Haven't caught one of those in a while. That's a nice one. Nice rainbow trout there, huh? Just cruising around out here in like 60 feet. Thought that was going to be a lake trout of all things, but lo and behold, it was a big rainbow. Just jigging off the bottom, 60 foot, 1 ounce Mackinaw. It's probably the fish we're keeping for the trip. New Mackinaw body. Do I even have any with me? Might not. I want to stick with chartreuse now that I got a bite on chartreuse. Well, we're going to have to use a white body and a chartreuse head. Hopefully that's not too offensive to the fish. Wasn't on my bingo card for my first fish to be that guy. That's cool. One rainbow trout there. Oh, I found my chartreuse bodies. I see them. Wow, so what is it like out here in the Finger Lakes? It's kind of, I don't know, it's a mix. It's like not boring. I wouldn't say that. That's definitely a gross thing to say. It's definitely a little funky like this. You're kind of drifting out in no man's land a little bit. Tangling your rod tip because you had a big fish on. I definitely had a fish follow me here on the way down too. There's definitely a few. Sweet, man. I'm really excited to catch a rainbow. I thought that was going to be an Atlantic salmon. And I don't know if there's some natural reproduction of the rainbows, I believe. I got to double check on all that too. They're hard to catch jigging, man. You definitely you're putting in time to catch those guys jigging. All right, let's keep moving then. One fish kind of a journey there, you know. I had to follow mid-water column. This little sonar is cute, man. You know, in the age of some, real fancy technology, this little 2D sonar, I'm actually pretty happy I purchased it. My rigging has been terrible because, I'm on the road here, so it definitely didn't go as planned on the rigging department, but at least we're able to get out fishing. And I bet you there's a lot of these rainbow trout then. Yeah, like there's another one right there. That might have been a lake trout. I'm just learning we got to learn how to read this together. So, yeah, I'm thinking that's a rainbow trout. That might be a lake trout. I dropped on that, though. So I thought that was a laker earlier. But maybe there was something like that swimming around. Maybe that rainbow trout was on the bottom and just came up, shot up, ate my jig right off the top there. Who knows? Okay, let's keep cruising. When nothing's happening in this fishery, it's just literally, it's a little boring, I'd say. But look, anything, it goes off, it goes off. Yeah, so you kind of cruise around these Finger Lakes and you just see balls of bait. It's a good kind of ball to see. But yeah, sometimes there's fish on the edge of them. That's why I like to slow down too. But not always. Man, that Dial with Fuego was going. Those rainbow trout really do fight hard. There's a fish, see? I think. Could be another school bait. No, that's more bait. Yeah, it's definitely more bait right there. Rocking and rolling out here. Boat went by. All right. Oh, just that guy there. Okay. Got one dude jigging out here somewhere. So maybe I picked the right spot. A lot of bait out here too, wow. All right, well, what should I tell you? I mean, I don't know too much about this sort of fishing. I do find it interesting and different. It does take like a hybrid of your saltwater fishing experience and blends it, into freshwater. It's like looking for mackerel and bluefish, stripers. It's a very cool fishery. Finger Lakes are massive. And I spent a couple days on the westernmost ones and I had the issues with my sonar. Now we've kind of gotten off of them. So yeah, I got this little Garmin now. Got it delivered from Walmart. It was like $170 to get it the same day. So it was a pretty good price. I did pay some fast delivery fees. And of course, when it comes to fish finder rigging on a kayak, it can be pretty adventurous to figure it out. So got that rainbow trout in the cooler there. And so far, a pretty good start. Other days, I'm going to cut them out. They just weren't that great. Mostly small stuff, a couple small lake trout yesterday, but I didn't get a good weather window to really putz around out here too much. And where I'm at today, I don't think there's that many lake trout around. It seems like I'm just seeing some schools of 8 and, I got that rainbow trout there just now. And that's a good way to start it. But I'm looking around now. Yeah, it's a little bit screen watching, especially out in the deeper water if you're, have no idea. At least that's how I like to do it. You don't have to. You could just pick contour and kind of make small adjustments, but I don't know how many fish are out here. It doesn't seem like there's too many for me to try to pick off. There's definitely a lot of bait. I could stop on this and try. That fella out there is in like 100-foot plus, so he might know something I don't know. Maybe I'll try 100-foot plus. I'd like to get the lake trout, rainbow trout, maybe a brown trout. That'd be cool, or salmon. I haven't caught a salmon in many years. But it seems like the rainbow trout numbers are in really good shape. It seems like that is the most common salmonoid I've catch lately around some of these parts. pushing it out deeper. Maybe 80, 90 foot. I mean, I'm not going too much deeper than 90, am I? Am I? Wow, it drops off really fast though. It gets hard to really jig down 100 foot plus. It's like your jig just keeps going, it feels like. And yeah, I don't love going that deep. I have more fun less than 70 foot. 100 foot plus stuff is definitely exhausting to some extent. Did you fall asleep watching that jig fall down? I did. Fell back asleep, rather. You were probably asleep from the start of this. Yeah, I don't know about 90 foot, man. The confidence ain't there that deep. There we go. That's definitely a lake trout over 83 feet. Yep. Lake trout. Yeah. This is a great little fish finder, man. Wow. Really happy with what I got out of this. Keep going. I'm gonna keep going. So Finger Lakes, I'll be here from August. Been here for about a week. Like I said, it hasn't been good for me. Struggled a lot of it. Now I'll be at Adirondacks next. So hoping we can get one video together, right? Where I can piece something together. That's a good start though, getting that rainbow. I'm surprised I'm not finding any lake trout scattered. There must be in a different location already this time of year. And we can always come back in the evening and go for it again. But yeah, it seems like the lake trout are potentially somewhere different than 96 foot, man. Let's see if this guy wants to eat deep lake trout. This takes a long time to get down there though. It's one of the things I don't love about it. Who knows, that fish could be gone in a heartbeat by the time you get down there. Oh, we got a couple fish down there, yeah. This old ancient technology seems to be working. Oh, something, he's interested in it. Let's try. Nope, didn't go for it. That's two fish though. I like this sonar though. It gives you a really clear image. No, didn't eat. Okay. Just keep going then. There's definitely some fish shallower too. It's kind of cool looking at all that. Just watch the fish finder the whole time. Oh, there we go. So we made a move to jigging around some bait here. As you see, I got a huge cloud of pogies maybe. Okay. They look like pogies. I know they're not. This might be a nice fish. This is a totally different fight than the last one. Where there's, you know, acrobatics, real aggressive fish. This feels like what I'm gonna guess to be is a lake trout. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a lake trout. I'm going to give him a quick release. We'll skip the YouTube shot. All right, he's probably, I don't know, 22, 23 inches. Come on. so much for quick release. Come on, dude. There we go. Hook popped out right there. I don't need to keep any more trout. But yeah, figured we can get this going while the bite's hopefully decent. All right, so I've been fishing for about an hour. Got 2 bites. What a harsh reality of true YouTube fishing here. I mean, not much has been happening, so. But I'm on a big school of bait here. That looked like a rainbow trout, maybe, snipping off the surface. But yeah, 2 fish now. And then, yeah, well, I want to see what the ultralight fishing is up on this bank. So, fishing a new section I've never fished here before. So, yeah, it's a little repetitive out there in the trout world. You know, you're not doing anything on like some particular structure. It's definitely a little bit of just going around guessing, right? Like under a school bait, sometimes, yeah, fish can be pretty fired up. Don't need me to tell you that. I don't know how many fish are under the bait. Maybe a dozen, maybe half a dozen. It's a good question. You know, in saltwater, it could be dozens of fish chomping on bait. Usually under bait, you do find some pretty aggressive fish, though. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh man, this soda is awesome. For a little tiny one, look how nice and clear these little images are. It's amazing what this little stuff can do. I just want to see depth. I think that's another rainbow trout because I got all this bait here. That's my guess. See if that one eats. Oh, he followed it though, I see. See him going back down now. Okay, there's fish out here. Do I have what it takes to get more to bite though? I'm going to try something different since I'm in such a huge cloud of bait. I'm going to try a slow pitch jig. Actually, I got this Savage Gear jig. This looks perfect, man. Look at this thing. Alright, put this little sand eel jig on. Poke out, and let's go look a little shallow, see what kind of shallow water bite we have. See if the metal jig does something. Sometimes I like that. The metal jig's erratic motion sometimes does work better in schools of bait, in my opinion, than a good old paddle tail. But, you know, it's always nice to have something that's going to catch a good fish. 26-inch rainbow is a good one. No, it's just that one fish under there. I thought there'd be more. All right, let's keep going then. Let's hit some shallow stuff, learn some ultralight. Keep that a little bit, but not much doing. All right, last 10 minutes, I've been jigging this metal spoon, trying to see if the spoon's gonna work. As I got more bait around and, you know, thinking that might be the move, but nah, seems like I'm getting less bites on the spoon. I get a bite here and there on the paddle tail, but the spoon's not doing anything, so. What I'm going to do is, oh nice, even better, tangled it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this away for a minute. I think there's a few fish here, but I can't get these to bite. Let's go see what the ultralight bite's like for an hour, and then take it from there. 8 to 10 feet maybe. Man, spent time. See how the panfish bite is. Maybe that's pretty good. Not much here. Oh, bald eagle. I think that's no, it's a hawk. Cool. All right, let's push it up a little shallower, see what happens. So, sometimes there's a shallow water bite, right? Water's a little murky. Don't love that, but maybe just murky enough. Maybe I should try working the shoreline a little bit. Looks like it's a very slow drop off here. I'm in 5 feet, yeah, 5.8. Not sure of the movement. All right, I see a small perch. Better than no perch. Pretty quiet, man. Yeah, ultralight's quiet. Maybe there's no feature on this beach, you know? Could be it too. It's definitely grass. See that? Let me try around this shoal, and then if the shoal got nothing, we'll push back 25 feet. Take it from there. No fish on the shoal. Oh, some tiny, tiny largemouth. Okay. This sucks, Beavis. Alright, I've been at it for a minute now. Not finding anything on this shoal. Guess you could run aground here. It doesn't look like it to me. Don't look like rocks. Yeah, that don't work. I'm gonna push out. Not a fan, not a fan. Oh, got fish on the shoal. Real small perch. Okay. Not what we're going for. That's got to be carp rolling around, right? Is that freaking largemouth busting up top? Could be. All right. Let's take that off. Didn't like that. Okay, no ultralight bite. Couldn't find anything. So I went back out and found another school, just working schools of bait. See if I could, that'll change anything for me. Missed them. Small fish, but hey, it was a bite. Put that metal jig on. That metal jig works really good in schools of bait. Sometimes, in my opinion. Bait everywhere. Boy, oh boy, this is tough out here. Boo. Not too much doing out there. Got a couple bites, but you got one nice rainbow, one lake trout. Not too much else. Gonna go back shallow. Maybe try 20 feet. Work that for a minute. I don't know, man. I had a hard time figuring all this out. Fish on. Hey, there you go. Trying to find a couple of these jokers. Guy was suspended mid-water column, actually, of all things. You know there's quite a few of them here. You could find them. It's tough, man. I'm gonna have to come back in the afternoon, maybe. I was hoping the ultralight would have been pretty productive, but it doesn't seem like it was. Now it's pretty tough. Overall. I'm gonna go back shallow and then work my way. Getting hot out, man. Time to work my way in. Definitely 999 degrees out. All the small little rinky-dinky largemouth you want. Getting hot now. Gonna start working my way in. It's really quiet, man. I spent 2 hours of ultralight. Usually ultralight I can catch all the dumb fish I want, all the silly little fish, but this ain't happening for me. So I'm gonna work my way back in then. Try for lake trout again. I kind of mentally retuned myself to try to catch some big perch. I got one like 11 incher, but I don't know if it, they're finicky. I know that. Yellow perch, walleye, all that family is, when they're in the off mood, they're in the off mood. So could be very possible. That's pretty rough looking. Part 2, part 1 kind of donated a little bit. We got that beautiful rainbow trout. Dropped it off at my parents' house. Thunderstorms just blew by. I've been waiting in the car. Let's see. Let's get it, man. Lake trout. I don't know. We saw some drum here yesterday, so I'd like to catch a couple of them. Freshwater drum gaspergoo. It's definitely a little bit of a bucket list fish. Sitting on the towel today. All right, man, we've gotten thunderstorms every day. Today we got all afternoon to fish though. Nowhere to go. We got one thing to do. Make content. That's literally the goal for today. No distractions, no shiny objects. I'm out here and I'm gonna make some content. Wet beach towel and all. And so, yeah, the towel is gonna send me home, unfortunately. I hope not. All right. Let's do a micro drift fishing. Man. Old wet seat. Just driving around in the rain with this wet seat, but hey, what are you gonna do? Just throw the little Z-Man around for a minute. See if anything happens here. Some thunder, I don't know if you hear it. Hopefully the water's not gonna get too muddy from the rain. A little bit of rain should help. Fish on, missed him. All right. Fingers crossed, man. We're gonna get a bite here. There we go. Fish on. Ultralight to start. Hey, yellow perch. YP. It's not a terrible size one. Worth getting the knife out for him? Nope, but working our way up the food chain. 12, 13 inches, a slab of a yellow perch. 8 to 10s, those are kind of average. I hope I don't get more rain. It sounds like it's to my south right now. We're gonna have to pull out our phone shortly, I bet. Make sure we're not getting more. Okay, we got one perchy. I found a lot of these micro perch. Yeah, they're usually around. How did he gut hook himself? Well, if you're like me and you found yourself in a situation where you're gut hooking lots of small fish, these guys are what you need. I can figure out how to dig it up. We're working on it. Hang on. I'm telling you, these guys are what you need. A little pair of forceps. Nice. Spiky fish too on top of it. Well, his gill plates are sharp. Used to eat a lot of these growing up. Not this size, but bigger ones typically. I still hear thunder in the freaking behind me. I gotta watch myself a little bit, I bet. Fish was what, 5 feet of water? Pretty shallow. Yeah, they got a lot of spiky, pokey things on them to get you. I was wondering if they turn on after the rain pretty good. Yeah, creek dumped out a lot of rain. I wonder what that does to the bite too. This little creek just, yeah, put a big slick out here. I think I want to cover a few miles and take it from there. Maybe like make a 2-mile run. That's not my car. This beach seems to have a couple decent fish on it. What is that? A perch. Yeah, not too bad. Perching. So 1/30th ounce jig head, a 2-pound test on here. It's made by Z-Man, this little jig. I'm casting right up on the shore. They must be in like kind of that muddier water right up on the bank is my guess. It's not a crazy amount of hits though. I've probably 2 bites so far, 3 bites. And with that dirtier water, it's gonna make them less cautious probably. I don't know if they're a super cautious fish overall or they're kind of a dumb fish. That to me, I'm not too sure about. All right, let's get around this runoff. That's no good. See all this? Look at this. This coffee just came out of the little creek here. Woo. Yeah, that's all that rain just now. Let's see if that affects the bite at all. Nasty looking stuff though. So there's a creek on my left that's just dumping this out. I'm sure if you know, spend enough time, you know where is it good, where is it not. I gotta just check out my radar here. Yeah, I'm good. Got some stuff to my south. All right, I'm gonna just see around the corner of this creek here, see if there's anything interesting up there. Then I'm gonna zip out into like 70 feet of water, and then we're gonna zip it for a few miles and try to find some new fish, do whatever. This morning wasn't the best, right? I got a trophy fish, right? But we didn't catch many fish this morning. We probably caught 1 yellow perch that was like okay, and lake trout and a rainbow trout. That rainbow. Now rainbows is what you would get pumped for. I get it, and I did too. It's pretty cool. The current that flushes out, so the current's running to the south from here. Definitely got some couple clouds that are still suspicious. I feel like this is a king mackerel tide break. King mackerel would sit right there on that edge where the currents seem. Let's see if in freshwater anything happens. There's definitely a temperature difference, right? That runoff water should be pretty cold. Cool, rather. But it doesn't mean it's going to have fish. I don't know. Nothing there. I saw something swim by under my kayak here just now. Looked like a bass or a carp, something like that. Let's make that run. We got ourselves a couple cute perch, but let's cruise for a mile and change. See what we find. Alright, let's try one blind drop here. See if anything happens. I got my Kokani, Trout Kokani magic. I'll procure. Little slime, slimy slime. Water got muddied up. I don't know if that's just a surface mud though. Mudding. I bet it is. Alright. My ADD got me. I said I was going to run like 1.5 miles. Then I saw that. And I said, my new sonar is nerding me out. My Dollar General sonar. All right, we had our funsies. Next spot. It's back to 100 degrees immediately. That sun's kind of smashing through those clouds and I've got the haze going. More rain to my south, but yeah, the haze. Maybe one drop here. I'm gonna make a drop every 5 minutes worth of pedaling, perhaps. Well, there was a fish there. He didn't move. Inactive. Oh, keep going, boy. If he ain't active, he ain't active. Stop. Stop right there. Let's just stop right there. Got a bunch of things going on. We got one fish, bait. You gotta stop. Earlier this morning, the bait fish were the ones that bit. The rainbow was on the bait. Lake trout was on the bait. And a couple of the lakers I missed were under bait. So let's see if this holds true again. Whew, it's hot. Feels like it's 90. At least the water's cooler. It's one good thing about the northern fisheries. The water is cooler generally, so. Yeah, there was a fish there, though. There was a fish. There's like fish scattered everywhere. I think that's what I got to deal with. I'm just going to have to go through scattered fish wherever I'm going. And they might not turn on for a while, towards dusk, you know. A lot of these fish are like that too. Dude, it is hot. Is the camera fogging up? It's got to be. No, wow. My other one would be. These cameras love fogging up in this. I haven't had a bite yet. I've been fishing for about 15 minutes though. Besides my little perchies up on the bank, but. Oh, something came up, try to eat it. I feel like maybe a metal jig would be the way, but. I have a feeling it's just going to be a matter of when these fish decide to turn on today. You know, I could try to like a bucktail and gulp. That's a little bit more of a catch-all profile. Spoon, man. Might have to do some spooning. Okay, I'm going to try something different. A little different. So that's not getting bites right now. It seems like these fish are pinned on the bottom. So I got to switch it up a little bit per se. I think I want to try a bucktail. It's old trusty 3/4 ounce bucktail. This is a VMC one. I'm going to tip it with something. I don't know what we're going to tip it with, but it's getting tipped. Take it from there. Right. Post storm, sometimes they'll bite really well, but you know, water might have gotten muddy down there too. I don't know. Like it's far-fetched, but. This morning they only bit for, I don't know, what was it? By 8 a.m. I stopped getting any lake trout bites. So, let's see what we got here. 4-inch nuclear chicken. You know that's a good one. Yeah, this will be for big fish. You know, I'm all about that gulp scent, man. You know me. If this don't work well, we know we just, you know, gotta wait for a bite to turn on at a certain point in the evening. Old lake trout being moody. That's nothing new. Slow pitch jigs work really well for them too. I haven't used those. I don't have any with small hooks in my kayak, honestly. I've had really good luck on slow pitch jigs for lakers. No, nothing there. Oh goodness, definitely found a bunch of fish here. 85 feet, deep, deep, deep. Brutal, man, a lot of fish. I don't like the bucktail. I want nothing to do with the bucktail, that's for sure. Okay, taking that off. Those hooks are too big. Too big. All those. A white mackinaw. Now I got a school bait under me here. Oh, missed him. Fish in the Finger Lakes have a lot of food source though, man. They are not hyper competitive because they really don't need to be. Lazy or some lazy fish. They don't want to work for their food at all. It's because they can be, right? No, no bites there. I mean, these fish haven't seen lures or anything in a long time. I know that. Doesn't mean they're going to bite. One more time. All right, a lot of fish out here, for sure. Ooh, got a couple fish looking. We had to slow it down, buddy. I think I was going too quick. Usually I don't do that well going really slow. Whoa. Something dancing down there. Oh, salmon. Cool. Cool, dude. Got the salmon. Oh, did he make a hole in my net? Oh my gosh, he made a giant hole in my net. How did he make a hole in my net? We were so doomed here. We're so doomed. Time for a new net. Hey, he's still on there though. Not sure how I managed to get him back out of that hole. Oh man, look at that. Nice crumbs. It's landlocked salmon. Okay. No, I looked at him and now he's gonna die. Oh, no, come on. No. I got you. No. Death roll, man. It's like a bluefish. Oh no, the internet's gonna kill me for this one. Don't worry, they're landlocked salmon, they're stocked. Oh man. I just want to give you a quick. Worst angler of the year right there. Okay, dude. They are kind of tough though. They'll handle lamprey scars, but yeah. Oh, please go. It was quick with the fight. Of course, a rat gave him a couple scars they wrapped himself up on. Nice salmon though. Whew. Come on. I think he's gone. Not how I wanted to have that happen, but Well, them gobies got to eat too. Well, like I said, I knew he would live. He's more likely to live in the water than in my cooler. That's for sure. I don't want to keep another one of those guys today. That was a landlocked salmon, though, stocked by the state. It's pretty cool, though. I didn't have that on my bingo card, especially down that deep. Definitely did not do a great job. I have a hole in that net, and then that fight was quick, but then he started death rolling on me there and rolled up in the net. So I think next time what I'll do is I will tire him quickly instead of trying to fight him at the kayak. Well, I do see the bubbles going down. He went down to the bottom. Hopefully it didn't sink down to the bottom. Didn't really want to keep that thing too. They're okay to eat. I don't love them. It's like one here and there, and I kept a rainbow today. I thought that was lake trout under my kayak, but maybe there's a bunch of salmon is what I'm looking at out here. I think that fish came out of 75 feet. Glad we got one of those guys. Got to stick to drum. That was the worst, I know. I'm not going to beat myself up too much. I showed it, right? All the things I did there. I tried to be quick. Hey, not everything's perfect. Maybe tomorrow I'll get some more ice and we'll do it again. That fish was probably, I don't know, 22, 23 incher. Some 3-year-old. They don't live very long. They live like 3-4 years, I think. Maybe 5 to 8 tops on some good years. But usually they're short-lived overall. And they're stocked, I think they stock them every year for sure. Let's see, got something following, I think. Surprised the salmon bit, not the lake trout. Tuesday's gone with the wind. Okay. See a bunch of fish out here. Boy, that shoreline is muddy. I don't know if it's muddy everywhere or just in pockets. I don't think the fish would sit in that mud, would they? Yeah. Let me give it an hour, see if those lake trout turn on. Seem to be in really off moods. Yeah, I think maybe working the mud line, not the actual muddy water. There we go. Slow it down. Slow it down for that little 6-inch perch. No. Getting 1 star for fish handling today. At least they're tough. We know that. I'm hoping that, looks like it's all small stuff on these shorelines here. I was hoping maybe there'd be some bigger ones, but these are aggressive fish right up on the shore. But that muddier water, I would think they'd be a little more aggressive too. It's nice to see a lure that works really well for them. Like I said, I know there's really big ones in here somewhere. Maybe the structure of the docks more instead of the open bottom. I don't know what that was. Everyone scared everyone there. 10 to 15 foot zones dead. It's crazy. Yellow perch. Water's real murky too. Nice pile of grass. There we go. Some brutal fishing, man. Oh, sweet. That's an invasive fish. That's a goby. Right? I'm not going to put that guy back. Round goby. He's supposed to kill these guys. Oh, no. Well, I guess he went back. Yeah, goby. Okay. Right, all I'm seeing here is the small yellow perch, man. It's been 10, 15 minutes. Keep working my way through. Maybe eventually we'll find something decent. Those sucks, Beavis. Alright, I just kind of wonder if that stuff just never moves much. Okay, pushed back out deep. Shallow water didn't have anything. I mean, a couple of small rinky-dinky yellow perch. No bluegills, no panfish. Pretty quiet on all that stuff, so. Back deep we go then. Should be a lake trout bite starting soon for dusk. Got him that time. Indeed. Okay. Is this another salmon? It's doing something weird. Lake trout. Pretty nice one too. What are you doing? Hasn't done a thing yet. Gotta release all that air. Alright, he released himself for us. Cool. That fish, he definitely toyed with it for a minute. I think he hit twice and then hit halfway up the water column. Maybe they're going to turn on now, though. That'll be cool. Definitely a lot of fish out here in like 78 feet, for sure I'm seeing them. Well, we got the rainbow trout and the salmon today. Lake trout fishing's a little slower than I thought it would be. Oh, here we go. Keep looking. Keep on searching. This little Garmin's good, man. So I've been on Lowrance and Humminbird forever. This is my first Garmin, purchased out of emergency. I really like it. If you want simple, like you don't want to be too, lake trout fishing is you need contour. You need to look at your depth pretty often. Right now, it pretty much seems like I dialed in like, 78 to 82 feet is where the fish are biting. Don't want to lose that too much. And like, oh yeah, I might see something here and there. A lot of times I'm just blind dropping on, nice little, what look like humps. Ooh, fish didn't eat though. Yeah, there's a lot of fish showing up out of nowhere. I always feel like maybe they even live in the mud a little bit. And they come up and they're like, all right, I'm going to come and eat. I do like this type of fishing though. It's very do-it-yourself. One of those, DIY. Definitely don't have to fish next to people just to catch a few fish. You could probably do better in different situations, but yeah, it's definitely a choose your own adventure for sure. So I think I might be respecting about freshwater lately is I find myself doing more on my own versus saltwater where scouting might not pay out too many dividends sometimes, which kind of sucks. These fish aren't biting very well though. Still, 4:40 in the afternoon. I expect them to start now. Little nibble here and there, little nibble here and there. So we're just on 2 lake trout for today, 1 salmon, 1 rainbow trout, and a few perch. Haven't seen much else. I'd say I missed, I don't know, 5 fish today. I didn't miss too many, but man, look how clear that image is of this though, for a little tiny unit. That was either a salmon or a rainbow trout on my left there. Yeah, that was a salmon up top. Slurping bait. Gonna try to see if I can snipe him off the surface. He's definitely feeding off something off the surface there. It was a little bit of an aggressive plop, but you get the drift. Nope, no interest. Little jerk bait sometimes works really good for those salmon too. Even tiniest, really tiny profiles. You don't need to use a large profile for a salmon or most of these trout, honestly. Smaller is sometimes better if they're in an off mood. I have 2 fish here actually. All right, let me try one last different thing here. I'm without a doubt encountered with a difficult bite. I know that. Try the jigging spoon. I tried a bucktail. I tried the paddle tail, which seems to have given me the most bites, but I haven't tried spoons really yet. So, if this don't work. We got no shallow bite, so it's not like we can maybe learn something new up shallow. I feel like I'm wasting my time up shallow. Alright, that's what we're going with. Maybe the metal jig? Tried a metal earlier this morning and it didn't work out that well, but it looks like this guy's following it a little bit. Alright, another round up shallow and then we'll start working our way back the other way, I think. So hang on. This water's clear. Not like down there, at least. Unless it cleared up that fast. No, this is some nice clear water here. I'll stick with this little Z-Man for another. Actually, you know what? Let me take it off. I think I want to try something different. Let's try these gulp tadpoles. Making a mess now. That's how you know I hit indecision. Overload. There we go. But yeah, this water's clear. I don't know why that other area was so murky then. Something to do with the creek outflows. Probably no creek running through here. It's a really nice drop off right here. I'm at 9 feet. Yeah. More small perch, yep. Okay. Well, I'm officially on a fishing vacation. Right? Like I'm actually fishing, I'm trying to learn more than anything. Yeah, not easy. Small bass. I mean, all the bass I'm seeing are like this big. I'm sure there's a big one under this dock. I think like most docks probably have 1 or 2. They're just very wise and difficult dock fish. And they might only want large meals. I don't know if they want big baits here or small baits. Or both. Or neither. Overall, I don't see much life here. Water's pretty clear here. Yeah, so I'm getting little vase of gobies. I don't know if you're still supposed to kill them, but that one's not escaping. I don't think you could use them as live bait, though, unfortunately. Well, we definitely tried. That's all I know. Put in a full day today. Something lazy Elias doesn't do that much these days. And yeah, didn't get that much going. Pedaling our way in. Try this metal jig for a minute and then switch back to the Mackinac if anything. Boy, that was tough today. I don't know. I got some quality fish though, but in terms of just seeing lots of life, no. It was definitely a not much life kind of day. Okay, I got some life down here. 65 feet. Switch to Savage Gear, little, looks like a Swedish pimple almost. It's a sand eel jig, I believe. Should work pretty well if they're feeding at all. Let's keep moving, and as soon as I see something I want to stop on, I'll power the camera on. There's not too much to do here. I wish I could narrate my way through it all, but I'm trying. It's definitely takes some concentration out of me. It's not quick gratification fishing out here. That's 3 bites for the day, 4 bites total rather, that were landed, and then a couple misses, but yeah. It's one of those things too, there's quality, right? The fish have been of good quality for sure. Well, either way, this has gone better than the other 2 finger lakes I fished. The other 2 finger lakes I fished bad. Like, this is, as tough as this is still far better than the other 2 places I ended up fishing this trip. In which no video, no content, I just scrubbed it all. So, this is not easy, but it's not a waste. Maybe they want it squidded off the bottom, right? Maybe more like old school squidding style. Not looking to run with it. I mean, they're eating gobies these days, so gobies are definitely like, fish don't have to work for it anymore if they're eating gobies. Fish was following it the whole time. Look at that. He was on it. He was just trailing it and then didn't want to eat it until it was too late. It's probably be a good blade bait bite today. Blade bait. Definitely let's get some more sunblock on us, see if that does anything. Been burning up the last couple trips, but man, nothing on the metal jig either. This fish is interested, I think, because he keeps showing up looking at this jig, but not doing anything with it. Alright, also no good. Switched over to bucktail now. I didn't get any bites on the bucktail earlier, but let's give it another whirl. Might want a slower sink rate too. It might be coming down too fast for the conditions. It's very possible. Bucktail and gulp ain't gonna work. Savage Gear jig didn't work. Alright, next idea. No love on the bucktail. Let's try it. Infamous jig. Got a slow pitch jig now. This stuff sometimes works really well. Let's see if these slow pitch jigs are what does it. Yeah, I don't know why these fish don't want to bite, man. I'm marking them pretty steady. Like good numbers of them. Oh, I'm definitely getting bit here. There's no way I'm not going to get a bite. No, they still didn't eat. Like 4 fish under me here. Oh, hit it on the drop. Yeah, I don't know. Back to the Mackinac. It's the only thing I got bites on. Tried the metal jigs, slow pitch, bucktail. Yes, I went through my gamut. Oh, you're just marketing. No, I'm trying. Mackinac's the only thing I'm able to get bit on. Couple bites, not even that many, right? I did have one bite on the metal though. Three fish down there, come on. Crossing fingers here, man. I can't believe one hasn't eaten yet. There's like a ton of fish under me. This is so frustrating. Maybe they're this big? It's possible. Try a cast, see what happens. Okay, I did it differently. I casted. Oh, there's salmon. That's what I think a lot of these fish are. Let me try not to manhandle this one. That one was on a cat. I was giving up. I don't know. I'm trying everything. Vertical wasn't doing well. Now I'm casting. Okay. No, but there, yeah. I think I got a salmon under me, not lake trout. I think lake trout would have given me a little bit more love by now. Yeah, another salmon. Oh, it popped off. Cool. It was my second salmon of the day. Let's do that again then. Okay, second salmon. About the same size as the last one, honestly. "83 feet, man. 1.3 ounce Mackinac, it gets down there. Jigging these fish is so hard. When they're in an off mood, when they're feeding, they're pretty easy, but when you got the weird mood lake trout, it's over before it began. It's tough on the lake trout, man. Usually they're pretty easy. Fish followed all the way from there. Okay. I tried. Alright, I'm out. Gotta try to find some easier fish. A lot of fish this evening. They aren't easy. Definitely not being easy. I'm just seeing them everywhere. Don't want to bite though. Metal lure, jig, paddle tail. No, none of it's working. Unless it's all salmon. Could be. I'm starting to think it might all be salmon now. Just pinned down to the bottom. They usually aren't, but the fact we got 2 salmon, only 1 lake trout. I don't know. Getting started today. Picked a different section in Finger Lakes. Fingers crossed. Spent 30-40 minutes ultralight fishing, nothing happened, so going right to the jigging. Good old jigging. Catch anything lethal, we're going home, putting it on a stringer. Got ice in the car. Oh, missed them. Seems like I got some more aggressive fish right now. Very different than yesterday. Yesterday's fish did not want to bite. Today, maybe we're gonna get it. Whirlwind of weather. Absolute whirlwind, but give him the Mackinaw. Giving them the Mackinaw. Gonna try casting, see if that does anything. I feel like there's a lot of fish here. It's like studying. You're just like watching. You're like, something's gonna happen somewhere here. Nope, not those fish. There we go. There we go. Let's go! It's a nice fish. Very good. Very good one. We got a new net. It's a casting one. It ain't the best one, but after yesterday's debacle, I don't even want to talk about that. Wonderful handling of that salmon. I think we figured it out. And my first fish today, it is big lake trout. That's a good one, man. Little tiny handle is going to be got an old gulp from flounder season in there. Last time I used this net, probably. Whoa, yeah. Nice lake trout, man. That was a nice one. I think we got a problem. If we get like a 32-inch fish, we're going to be in real big trouble. Oh, got him. Nice one. Nice one. It's a really healthy one. Okay. They're not that delicate like the salmon. It seems like they're the hardier of all these fish, but that one. No, he's not that big. He's just definitely plump. Good. Got our first bite. 1.3 ounce Mackinaw. Alright. Might not see these again for a long time. I think I'm stepping back from everything. Not everything. Still gonna make content, but I could see him go back down too. Just less product. Want to be more hands-off on stuff. Get a lot of emails about where is this, where is that, sold out. Trying to find a new supplier. Not having too much fun doing that, so tried a new location. Maybe we're gonna get lucky here. Seems like there's a good amount of fish scattered about, and they seem active. Yesterday I had, I think, a ton of fish that were not active at all. These fish seem kind of active today, which is great. Nothing worse than lake trout jigging and then never getting a bite. Oh yeah, they're turning on, I think. Oh, lost them. Didn't seem that big. There we go. It takes time to find fish. Super exciting watching the lake trout eat though. This is cool though. This is really like Spanish mackerel jigging bluefish. I say it 100 times because that's exactly what it reminds me of when you go jig Spanish mackerel and bluefish out in the ocean. Well, granted, these fish are much more finicky than Spanish mackerel and bluefish. Well, Spanish mackerel, I'll take that back. As you know, Spanish mackerel can be kind of finicky. All right, keep moving. This little fish finder's nice, man. If you were wondering about that little Garmin, you know, I'm not a fish finder guy. There's, you know, you got so many choices now. Guys go overboard. Man, I'm in the water in 5 minutes. It's quick. I can use any launch. I can do 2 trips in one day. There's like so many things I love about the Hobie Lynx experience. I'm not exhausted lifting it, wheeling it. Like the thought of just disassembling and disassembling. No, this doesn't exhaust me, so I kind of stay pretty excited about all the options I might get for the day. It's kind of how I end up feeling about lake trout are hungry. Maybe not all of them, some of them. I think that's the draw of the Finger Lakes though. These are vast bodies of water. They feel oceanic. They feel like the ocean, they do. They can build like the, I mean in the summer the weather here is most of the time awesome in the dead of summer. Like anything though, winter, you know, they take their toll in the winter. They're not, you know, hardy anglers come out here in the winter, much hardier than me these days. I wouldn't subject myself to the winter here. But there can be good winter fishing too, I know that. He went for it and he turned around on me though. It's pretty cool to see this so clear on such a small screen. It's exciting stuff. Yes, fish finder. We're just watching fish finders here. It looks pretty exciting to me. This is what these, I think this is what a lot of people don't want to watch these days. Fish finder fishing like this. It's definitely fish showing up throughout the water column and investigating, sometimes biting. Super inconsistent, obviously. I think there's a couple salmon here for sure, just like yesterday. Seem a little more active than yesterday, but still way off. Oh man, I had a follow. I could tell there was fish following it too. This sucks, Beavis. I've been rewatching Beavis and Butthead clips. Actually, it's a show I never watched. I always heard quotes from it. I always thought it was, everything I saw of it was hilarious in small doses. It's not a great, I can't binge watch it. I feel like it's almost too dumb. But yeah, in small doses, I thought it was pretty hilarious every time. I think there's a few fish here too, but it's finicky. I wonder if I just caught the tail end of a morning bite and now I'm gonna sit around and have nothing going on for midday. Who knows? I had a follow from something. I don't know if it was a salmon or a lake trout. Something followed me in. Got him that time. Awesome. You gotta pause. Sometimes with saltwater fishing, you have so much excitement and set the hook quickly. They definitely take an extra minute to grab it. Easy to screw that up. All right, got a few going. Got some rain. Let's see, is this another lake trout? I'm guessing it's another laker. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, they didn't bite for anything yesterday. It seems like they're biting a little better today. This is the second one. It takes 2. Ooh, the little cascade net too. Got it done. Oh no, look at the death spiral. Oh no. Well then. Look at that mess he made there. Use them for catfish bait? That's what people usually comment. They just use them for cats. It makes some sense to me. How'd you lasso yourself up so badly there? I don't think they're as delicate as the salmon and the brown trout either. I'm sure I'm gonna get roasted for this video for how I approached this one. I didn't wet my hands too often. I'm gonna start doing it. I forgot these things, man. I don't know how these guys with treble hooks, you know, but then again, you know, there's lots of different realities. I hope we can stay on this bite for a little bit. Losing days to rain pretty easily this year. Not rain, just the weather's not holding up for very long for me. Well, we'll see. Gotta tuck into a shoreline somewhere, so be it. Man, there's a lot of fish out here today. Yesterday too, they seem to be biting a little better. It's not great, but it seems like a couple fish are biting today. Thought he was coming up for it. It's pretty cool to see them do that. 2D, simple life out here. Like, nah, I'm good. All right, keep going a little bit. There's another fish. I don't know if that's the same one. There's definitely a few fish around here. Come on, weather. Well, a little rain's going to be nice. It'll keep us nice and cool. Just hope we don't get any heavy wind or real heavy rain. I don't have cell phone service to see how heavy it looks on the radar. It doesn't look... What's coming over the horizon doesn't look that bad. Haven't heard thunder yet. Yeah, I wish I had cell phone service. Oh well. You and me, we're going to guess it up. Seems like there's a few fish in this zone too. Don't have Navionics open while you're idling around. Oh, it's okay. Good. It's a little bit. It's going to be light. We'll manage. It doesn't look that heavy. Glad I had enough service here to see. Moving fast though, so we'll see if it brings any wind, what it does on that end. Made a cast out there. Let's see if the casting does anything different. I'm befuddled how I struggled with doing that ultralight stuff here. I was hoping to really find some rock bass and perch, but I don't know, maybe temps are too high. You know, one region, 74, 75 isn't that hot. Fish that are acclimated for colder water, different strain, they're probably, they're different. It's just that simple. A lot of rain for me this week too. Yeah, from here I'm headed to the Adirondacks, Racket Lake. I don't know, we might fish Tupper Lake. I don't see, there's a couple other little off the grid looking lakes too we want to try. So we'll see if those are any good. These fish didn't seem to want to come off the bottom and eat. Not a big trout guy, so this is always kind of challenging for me. Every time I catch fish I'm happy though. I know that. I also struggle a lot with it too. It's going to be a long day probably, but I think I'm glad I'm seeing. I've only fished here, this ledge zone once, so you learn it every time. A little new trick or two. It's always good. The real MVP of all this is this little $200 fish finder, man. Hasn't given me an issue yet. Clear as day. I'm sure I'm missing fish, right? At the end of the day, I'm sure I am. Doesn't mean I'll catch them, because there are far superior electronic systems than what I'm running. But what I'm trying to say is, yeah, I'm still super happy with how this thing performed in a pinch. And I mean, it wasn't that easy to rig on the Hobie Lynx, but at the end of the day, I'm really pumped that it's been good like that. Let's see if there's any fish that want to move here. Sometimes I do drop on like what looks like a rock, or I think I fouled myself up on this one. Now and then you wrap the tail. I wrapped it at the start of that, and there was a fish down there. Okay. When the bite's on, you see these marks and stuff like that. It's like 50-50 bite. In the off mood, it's like 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6. It's a very lower ratio for sure. They're just not that interested. And that bite goes hot and cold in the summer like that a lot. One day, you know, you'll have that 50-50 bite, and then probably 2-3 days straight, it's a little bit more of the off bite like today. That being said, you know, definitely I'm seeing fish yesterday and today, so it's already encouraging to me. I think maybe needed those slow pitch jigs. Love the structure here, though. I mean, I was throwing ultra stuff on the bank for, you know, a little bit of the stuff, man, for hours and hours. I got some yellow perch this big, but yeah, there was no bluegills really, just no bass. It's definitely kind of has that ocean feel, like, you know, when it's off, it's off. XYZ fish just isn't running right now. You know, if it's not running, can't do anything about it. Let's take a quick look out in 80 feet. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's definitely a few there. I was telling myself as I'm marking some fish, I want to see what maybe 80 feet might look like. Let's see if we can learn how to do this a little better. Like maybe the fish out deeper are going to bite a little bit better, for sure. Big possibility. Yeah. That was all in 69, 68. It gives me a play to cruise home on too a little bit. Let's see, maybe 75, 85. 10 foot might make a world of a difference for all I know. That guy's out jigging in 200 feet. I don't know. Maybe he's catching them out there. It's very possible. Well, that's a huge drop off though. It's going to be a little hard to manage. Can't believe this little Garmin works down that deep. I just don't like going that deep. You feel like you don't get too many shots at fish, but he was coming for it, I think. Everyone's playing with their Nintendo Switch and Xbox Live. I'm still firing up my old Game Boy here. Thought he was going to eat it. Seemed interested. The invasive owl alive is everywhere out here on my sonar. Oh. Missed him. That was a fish for sure. Damn, these fish are going hard. They're definitely fighting over this thing. Definitely, there was even two fighting over at one point. You gotta shield everything from raindrops. Try to see it all. Can I use that word? Wad? There's definitely a bunch. Oh, he missed it. Went for it on the drop. I missed him, rather. Gosh, I got so much action going on here. Definitely at least a dozen of those things down there. Half dozen, rather. Yeah, no interest, though. It's difficult fish, man. When they don't want to eat, they are difficult. There's a lot of fish here. There is a lot. This is absolutely big schools of Lakers here. Oh, there we go. Lost that one. Lost him. Dang it. He hit it like 5 times there. Boo. Oh, man. All that work and then you miss him. Also frustrating. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I think I found him. Tag a friend who can't get bit. Me, apparently. Did I get like bit? Thought I did. I think a fish was swimming with it in his mouth. Like it never got to the bottom. That was real bizarre. I think he grabbed it and swam off with it, but then I opened the bail. No dice. He's coming for it. He keeps going for it. Then he's like, I think I'm good. This is so frustrating. I think they finally moved on. All right, guys. Anticipation. Didn't eat. Try it again. Try it again. Guess not. It's so crazy to see this quantity of fish and they won't bite. So crazy, guys. So crazy. I definitely missed the window. They're probably biting really good. My guess, but definitely still fish here. Boo! I can't really get these fish to bite very well. We're going fishing for lake trout. No one likes to watch my lake trout videos because they're kind of weird and boring. Jigging out 90 feet, hoping you get a bite. Sometimes you do, most of the time you don't. Fish chase and act all weird. Super finicky because you started fishing at noon instead of fishing at 6 a.m. like you should have. But you can always fish at 6 a.m. tomorrow and then you'll catch the lake trout. I'm more upset that my jingles, I hope you like my jingle, but more upset I can't get a nice ultralight bite going anywhere here. Why don't these fish want to eat, man? Oh, missed him. Little fudger. He wasn't very big. At least we're getting a few bites, man. We're missing a lot. We're sucking at that. There's definitely a lot of fish. Eventually, we're gonna hang I want to get a 32-inch lake trout. My biggest one is about 31. So if I can get a 32-incher, that's PB status there. Well, he won't fit in that net, actually. We ain't getting no 32-incher. That fish ate about halfway up. Yeah, I'd say 50 feet up. Prefer if they eat a little closer to the bottom. This way I don't have to guess if they're going to eat, not eat. I don't keep going. Get like one bite and then they just all kind of turn off typically, right? Found some fish here. 100-foot fish do bite. Massive quantities of fish was what makes this a little frustrating, I'd say. More than a little bit. I found good quantities of fish. Like I definitely did today. They just aren't biting very well. I came too late probably in the day. Came from trying to do some largemouth bass fishing, which we know I'm not good at, but that was a bad move, I think. One more time. Big storm clouds rolling through it too. Getting ready to roll through. I think we're going to try somewhere else for the rest of the afternoon. Come back here in the morning one more time. See if I can get anything. Sure is a lot of fish here. Someone getting a ticket. All right. We're going to find some more here. Yeah, they're really not easy to get to bite. That is 100% the biggest thing I'm noticing. Slow it down. Want it really slow. Maybe not so fast, okay? That's what it's going to be. I know how to do that. Got too much of that saltwater hand, I think. We're going fast, 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 fast. Now I got a great drift at least. Work the drift. I think I gotta cover a little more water. Maybe that's the big mistake I'm making, is I'm not casting around enough. You know, just kind of covering. There's fish everywhere and they're just not that hungry. Swing and a miss. 96 feet. All right. Damn, that's deep. It's like you get 2 shots at these fish and they're kind of done. It seems like they'll keep chasing, but then they just don't eat. What are you gonna do? Now you know. These 100-foot ones want to bite. Okay. Shallower, they're not biting. About 100 feet, it seems like they're biting a little bit. Okay. Gosh, it's such a learning curve sometimes. Figuring out what depth is going to get you the bites you want. This group of fish might be active and the other one's like, nah, we're just going to sit around on the bottom. All right, 2 chases there. I'm going to look for my next batch of fish. I don't know if I'm going to get more than one. That's the second retrieve, and I had to follow that one, but nothing came of it. So we'll see. 100 feet of water. Let's see. Usually don't fish this deep. Oh, missed that one. All right, the key, the secret for today, go to 100 feet of water. These are going to be long fights. Fish might be tired on the way up though, at least. That 89, 90, they don't seem to bite. Maybe that small difference, 10 feet, could be all you need. Well, it could have been smaller fish too for the most part. I think I've heard the smallest trout can tolerate the hottest water, which makes some sense. Those bigger ones that might want to eat lures are not going to be that. Oh, I lost them. That's all right. I figure I'm going to lose probably 50% of these out of 100 feet. Not 50, but probably a lot. What's that one though? That was a nice one. Wow, that's really hard. All right, next spot. These fish seem to be more active, but they're not as abundant, which is probably okay. Missed that one too. 2 bites there. I think this is a salmon. Missed him like 3 times. Quick taps too. That's not a laker. Nope. Let's see what he's doing here. Nice. Is that a salmon? Oh, it was a rainbow trout. Nice one though. Cool. He hooked himself. We lost him. That was a nice rainbow. Very cool. Sometimes it's just depth, right? It seems like there's fish in every depth I've combed through, but only one bit. How are we doing on that lens? Yeah, that was a rainbow trout. That was a nice one. Another mid to high 20 incher, just like the other day. That fish hit probably 3-4 times, and then he decided to smack it under the kayak on the drop. He was fired up. Okay. I'm glad we're figuring something out, man. It's only taken me 3 hours, but no, I'm kidding, not 3, but it took a minute. I don't want to go too deep though. I want to stay in like this 100-foot, man. Anything deeper than 100-foot, man. They better be biting every drop, not you guessing. Here's the thing, it's like I'm just like cruising. I don't want to drop blind in 100 feet, man. That's a long way up and a lot of time. So I'm definitely looking for life in 100. But yeah, it seems like I'm getting more bites in 100. For sure. That might be a fish there. I don't know, let's see. A lot of guessing. Sonar doesn't seem to pick up that well in 100. It seems like 90 did great. Out here in 100, it's definitely a little not as smooth what I'm getting. Or maybe there could be a lot less fish. They're just larger fish and potentially more aggressive. It's going down there. Takes its sweet time. Takes a lot of pain. It's fun though, getting the bites down there. It scratches that deep water fishing itch I get every now and then, for sure. I think I'm starting to miss the mark on the drops though, unfortunately. I think I got too excited on one drop. Now I'm thinking everything's gonna have that. Where I got 2 bites there and pulled that rainbow. Wakeboard. Tubing, actually, that looks like fun. How can that not be pretty fun? Going down to 100. This is definitely a lake trout. Oh man, this is a very hard type of fishing though. It's a combination. Sure, it's got the modern element of you're relying on a sounder, but yeah, I know I got the little 2D one here, but you know, you leaving fish actually to find less fish, but oh, pulled that one? No, that's all right. I know it was a lake. It felt like a pretty good one though. I don't know if that's my 32 incher, but he might have been a 30 incher. Oh, it sucks I got a wakeboarder going through, tuber, but hey, it's fine. Can he go tubing somewhere else? Looks like there's a bunch of fish here. Let's see if I get 2 bites in one spot though. That has been absolutely impossible so far today. Nope, don't think so. Hey man, that's good to see, man. You really look for some subtle stuff in 100 feet. Just a little hump, anything like that. Lake trout looks like a hump maybe on this little old ass sonar. I almost wonder if those other fish are just much smaller overall. Got to go really slow in 100 foot though. Go too fast, you're gonna blow by fish for sure. I think that was a really nice fish I lost. Maybe not. Felt like a nice one. I would have liked to have seen it. So boring. The most boring type of fishing ever. But it's pretty relaxing. You know, light boat traffic. One dude trolling here and there. Yeah, it's not bad. Overall, that ain't bad at all. Didn't think this was the hardest fish in the ocean. Not the ocean, but this has been tough today. I've definitely located good quantities. Not as big as the fish I lost, but that's okay. How did I lose another one, bruh? Bruh. Came unbuttoned on me. Let's see. Keep changing my location a little bit. Like I'm moving and moving and moving. Let's see if any of these bite. 100 feet. Nope. Really difficult. $110 feet. It's rail down here, man. This is a long way up. It's not doing anything either. There we go. Just give me that lake trout dance. There. Okay. Deep fish. Oh, they're fat as heck this year, though. It's all right. No. Oh, no. Straight to jail. Okay. Down to about... I marked fish down to about 120 feet. I might still be marking them for all I know. Go a little bit of a longer leader, see if that makes a difference. Lake trout aren't that finicky overall, so 120 is the end of the road for them. A couple more and 125. My goodness. You're on your own, man. More lake trout content. You're saying, no. Well, it's a really nice morning. It's not supposed to last very long. I'm just trying new areas again. Not really sticking to the hot zone. I'm going to go back to where I at least saw the most amount of fish probably tomorrow. Give it a day, a little break, just in case they got acclimated to my lures. Maybe they're seeing some fishing pressure, those fish. I got the feeling they weren't. They were just in a negative mood. But, yeah, let's see if we can find any trout. And I'm still on the ultralight-tism. I want to, catch perch and other silly fish on ultralight, but that doesn't work out. I mean, I picked an area where I thought I might have a better shot at it. And I got to monitor wind and stuff like that. A lot of times fishing comes down to trying everywhere you possibly can as well. Sometimes a little bit of the basic trick, right? So let's see if we find any trout early. There should be a few around. I don't know, I didn't find too many in this zone yesterday afternoon. I think I found some trout. Found the trout. Do they want to eat any of these trout? They don't want to eat whatever I'm throwing. 'Cause maybe they're kind of small. Did not eat my lure. Alright, let's work our way through these docks then. This ain't it right here. It's definitely not. Let's see what happens when we jig on the edge of this. It's 12 feet there. Big old carp. Okay, that's not very different either. First fish. Let's see what it is. Alright, perch. Nice one. Guy's worth a knife. Okay, I got one yellow perch. Let's see if we can get any more. It would make a lot of sense. They don't want to hit vertically in this crazy clear water, though. You could probably see my kayak. Got perch. These guys hit really light. That's not a bad size one. Hey, we're getting some bites. This is what I kind of wanted to do. Love to catch that 14-incher. Those aren't too bad though. These are little 2-inch paddles. All right. See, I'll show you all the boring lake trout footage I got, but maybe the yellow perch stuff will be interesting enough. Maybe get a little mixed bag going. You definitely want to eat on the bottom though. I'm sure there's ways to get them to eat more mid-water column and higher up, but these ones definitely seem like they're hitting towards the bottom more. I don't really care the type of fish, honestly. Just want some decent action. That's all I've been struggling with. Something that's just not piles of lockjawed lake trout. Wouldn't say totally lockjaw, but it seems like some of them did have a little bit of it. These perch hit very, very light. Most of them getting like mostly these goby bites. Goby's pretty small fish overall. I could see that happening. This perch too, like, tangled up there. Yeah, they could be like biggest one bites first and the rest kind of turn off. That's very common with a lot of fish. Using 2-pound outfit though, this should be a good time if I can really dial it in. West wind blowing at my back, my face rather. Might have been a good fish. Definitely takes a minute. You gotta like congregate some life, huh? It's probably so scattered in a place like this. I wonder if we can manage like a dozen good ones. Nah, that was definitely a chunk of grass. Whoa. These aren't bad, man. Definitely found a nicer class finally. If you're hungry, you got plenty to work with these guys. Oh, small largemouths. That's what it is. I was wondering what was down there mostly. So those itty bitty young of the year bass numbers. Try one other thing here. I'm getting a lot of bites at least now. They all feel very small. They're mostly those little largemouth, I think. Let me take that off for a second. I think you want to throw something that doesn't get too much attention from the wrong stuff. I wonder if bigger size or just a different lure. And just try this. Everything's getting too much attention right now. Big difference than the other day. But like, yeah, a lot of lures are getting way too much. Figured out the great perch debate. Well, at least this is working today. Didn't work any other day. I don't know what this is. That's got to be a bass. Oh, bluegill. Okay. Big one. Wow. Cool. Take those two. Ultralight. There's definitely quality fish. I guess I'll just keep covering ground until we get bored. You can't seem to get more than one bite a spot. I wonder if they're just, a lot of fish. Water's clear. I don't fish too much clear water stuff like this, so definitely that learning curve is there. A lot of bites though. I think there must be such a crazy amount of like really small fish. Nope, not a fish. I think I found a rock. Did I actually find like structure? Nope. I'm more in shock they can't figure out this perch bite. Wow, there's a lot of fish here. These got to be carp. Maybe not. Big bluegills out in 20 feet. Okay. Man, that's a nice one. Okay, I think there's something to all this. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice one. I know we're getting pumped about the bluegills, but I've been like struggling on the ultralight game, so now I'm finally seeing some life. I really want to figure it out as best as I can. "20 feet of water, man. You know, I guess it was too shallow. I was thinking to work the weed line more. Now I'm out here in no man's land and I'm seeing a bit more life for sure." Oh man, there's so many fish here. Missed that guy. Gonna try gulp, see if that does anything different next. Got a couple of these gulp baits. Wonder why they're not biting this paddle tail too consistently. You would think they'd, you know, there weren't small gills. Here we go. Whoa, it's a golly whopper bluegill. Dang. Golly whopper. I can't. Sorry, Justin, I didn't mean to. That's a big bluegill. Okay, we're doing it. Oh, we got the 9-inch bluegill out of the northern states. Cool. Surprised I didn't pick a bass in the mix here. There's a lot of fish under my kayak. Okay, we're going to change profiles here though, see if that does anything. Really fickle for bluegill. You wouldn't think the bluegills would be the most fickle fish out there, but these guys are. Yeah. It's crazy how they mark up on that sonar too. Yeah, this is like prime fish fry material. I know the somebody out there is really not thrilled seeing me throw 10-inch bluegill after 10-inch bluegill after 9-inch bluegill. I'm exaggerating. I got my internet excitement going. It's definitely a lot more action doing this than that lake trout stuff, man. I'm surprised we haven't picked up a bass in the mix with these things, though. Especially those smaller largemouth. They might have finally lost interest on me. That's okay. Live and learn. All right, keep searching. See if I find any more. It could be scattered all through this flat, for all I know. Who knows what else was there. Okay, well, we got a few fish there. More surprised that this tail hasn't been mangled off also. Perch. It's pretty cool. We found some fish actually. I'm gonna work this for a while then. There's definitely a trophy of some sort here for me, I believe. Don't know the type, but I'm hoping maybe we could find something really cool. I'm glad. This is different, definitely different than a lot of the ultralight I imagined. I didn't think I'd be jigging so deep. It's okay. Definitely, like, just took me by surprise. I thought definitely it would be more 5 to 10 feet, not 18 to 20. But I shouldn't be that blown away by that. Actually, more 20 than 18 even. Looks like I got a lot to work with here. Real fickle though. Besides those bluegills, I think. A lot of these fish eat stuff like bugs too, so maybe those pauses, maybe I gotta incorporate a little bit of a longer pause maybe. Yeah. That pause. Let's see what we got. I don't pause much in where I live too often. What is it? Oh, it's a big gill again. Where I live, they call them brim, but yeah, bluegills, one of the regional terms. I don't think I catch them in 20 feet very often, especially not in the summer. It's because there's an oxygen squeeze where I live. Here, probably the best oxygenated water is where I'm fishing right now. It's one reason you won't get bit. Wrap your tail up. Only thing with that ultralight tackle, you can't feel when that happens. Kind of sucks. Should be back in the game now though. Had no clue. I got zip-zapped around the tip there of that little paddle tail. There's something massive here. I got a feeling. It's just like a really big fish is going to just show up in the mix. I'm going to get a fish of a lifetime working through this. I just found the first batch of life like I've found in 2 days. That's not, you know, a scattered perch here and there. I'll take this off for a second. I'm going to try one other profile. Maybe I'm taking too long to not switch profiles. That's one of the things I'm realizing. Maybe they're impartial to the paddle tail. It's come the gulp minnow. Amazed that. Yeah, they didn't rip that off, nothing. Let's see if the gulp minnow is what really performs here. At least that bite. This is harder than it looks, honestly. You think I'm like, oh yeah, it's so easy to just catch a bunch of brim on artificial, man. They're definitely giving me a little difficulty at times. It's a shame I don't have a good way to keep them today. Oh well. Going through all the old gulps. Definitely seems like gulp gets bit a little bit more frequently. Fish on. Oh, lost him. Alright, keep looking. Definitely had a few bites there. It's good. Oh, he slurped it down. He's like, I got it. Yum. Mine. Hey, what else we got here? Ooh, these things might be too big. I'll try them. Three-inch bait, a little bit bigger. At least that was fun. That was the best ultralight bite I've had. These might all just be bluegills though. I'm going to move on in a moment, see if I can find something else. Probably come back to this, my guess. What we got? What's the fish? What's the fish? What's the fish? Perch. That's a good one. Uh-oh, he's got, looks like maybe somebody else hooked him before. What else we got here? Just making content out here in no man's land. Missed him. Got some perch out deep, 32 feet. Oh, missed that one too. Just that one. Oh, there's another guy. Eat it. Come on. We want the perch content, man. Oh, yellow perch content. Where is it at? Guess I just got that one, huh? Did a little better today on this stuff. I feel like definitely got that struggle of the panfish going though. Small one. Definitely seems like there's numbers out here. It's a little stressful out here though, road traffic wise. Alright, there's not that many big perch though, it's like a few I think. There's a bunch now. Keep going. Okay, small stuff there. Fish on. Just found the Hammer Bluegill Emporium. I'll take this drift home and call it a day. More gills. Stacked up a little 2-inch power bait swimmers. Good value lure, for sure. Much cheaper than Kayak. It's busy out here though. Definitely kills the experience a little bit, but hey, it's still pretty good. Got that one. Gilbert's. Alright, that's all I found was one school of gills today. A couple perch, decent sized ones, but not giants. So, take it as you will. Perch, there you go. Golly. It is busy down there though. What we got on the end of our line here? It's the ultralight battle right here. Ooh, another gill. Going to the 2-inch gulp seems to have been the best move I could have asked for though. That gulp scent better than the power bait scent, my guess. There's a lot of carp here too. I wonder how many of them are under my kayak. Somebody else is going to show up here. I know it. Gosh. Definitely all the bluegills you want. Somebody else is here. Seems like everything's in this zone. This little Shimano Marivelle 1000. It's a great time overall, though. That gulp scent is the power bait doesn't seem to have quite as much oomph, in my opinion. I think there should be a few more fish here. Seem to be getting some smaller bites now that are harder to stick. All right, last drift here, and then we're out of here. It's time to go. Okay. Whoa. All right, well, there's not that much to this. A little bit. It's interesting. I'm nowhere near weeds and more structure. Just there's fish out here and not in other places. Why? It seems like the further out I am, the better. It's like a zone. It's a pretty interesting zone then. There's a little fish. I think we got something different here. Nope. There we go. Panfish heaven, though, for somebody. Me too. I'm having a good time seeing this. I wonder why they're out here like this. Maybe food. Right, that's a logical answer. It's definitely like a school of 100. There has to be. This is so much fun on 2-pound test. No blue cats here. I know you're like, well, can you use these bluegills for anything besides, you know, frying them up? Don't think so. But yeah, it's a little busy and I think it's time to go. Recorded a 51-minute voice memo. I'm amazed I didn't drain my battery down to like 2%. Not sure how I did that. But I think it's time to go. It's busy out here now. All right, we'll try this evening maybe. Not here, but all I got here was plenty of bluegill. All right, found all the bluegill and okay sized perch. Definitely progress compared to the first 2 days of Ultralight. Yeah, it's kind of, that was definitely a little bit of blind luck, but just looking on my sonar, I guess. So, all right, let me start working my way in. Beautiful summer day, but it's busy out here. And not too much to do, so maybe we'll try this afternoon and see what we can find. All right, there's a wall of these fish. They got to bite. If they don't bite, I'm taking up golf. I swear. If they don't bite, I don't know. I went through like 50 fish just now. Well, at least that was a bite. I got a bite right away. My wife just left home. Okay, 3 days on Finger Lakes. It has been so brutal. I'm gonna probably start with the best clips so you don't fall asleep. And I tried targeting a lot of ultralight fish, and I was blown away how much of a hard time I was having doing the ultralight. We caught a few salmon, we caught a few lake trout, two rainbow trout hooked, one landed. But now I'm going back to what I think is the best bite for the final afternoon here. Maybe it's not, but it's my opinion what I thought was the best bite. Potentially the best bite. Missed a fish just now. We're 90 feet. I found these fish yesterday and they didn't bite very well, and gave them a break after looking at them for a minute. And now I'm back here for an afternoon bite. Let's see if they bite here. But I got a wall of them, so I'm gonna make this happen. Do my best to make a lake trout uncut. Not catch a cook. We're not doing any cooking a lake trout. Got a pontoon boat hanging out with us. A beautiful Sunday afternoon. Gosh, so anyone who lives in a southern state, well, any coastal state, should be really jealous of how the northern states have just wonderful summer weather for fishing. Like, it doesn't, you know, a lot of times it's not that windy, and it's just real flat like this for an afternoon for fishing. You know, being on the coast, you just can't get this. So I'm hoping I can get like 5 or 6 lake trout for an afternoon session. And we got, you know, a really long day out here, and piece together a cool, interesting little video. I want to catch, maybe we get a salmon. We haven't gotten a brown trout yet this trip. We're out here 90 feet with little 2D sonar on our floating piece of plastic, just trying to jig. We're gonna have to make moves. Found fish that don't want to bite right now. And found tons of them, but they seem a little more interested than when I left them yesterday. So I'm gonna keep moving around. I've got about a mile ledge to work through. Hopefully they're gonna eventually cooperate for me. Got people on a paddleboard that think I'm crazy, which is okay. Right. Gotta keep going. Keep on searching, find the fish that want to eat. Well, do my best to avoid humans. I had 2 bites there though. They were soft. Definitely 2 bites. Alright, you want to look at the sonar while we cruise through all this? There we go, we're marking fish. Marking fish on the tube. Where should we stop? Oh my goodness, let's stop there. I'm gonna do like one and done, right? Since they're in such a weird mood today. Make one stop, see if I can get a bite. If they don't bite, I just keep going. I don't know why my camera says it's underwater, but that's what it says right now. I was overthinking this bite the other day. Wasn't getting bites too often sometimes. But I think we'll figure it out today. We should be going 1 out of 4. They're jigging over there, so we'll see. Guess I could watch them a little bit too. What? They didn't bite? Alright, well, we're due then. In that case, I think I'm just going to keep blasting down. How can you not stop on that many fish? I want to bite. Too much boat traffic, maybe? I don't know how much boat traffic affects these fish. Maybe a little bit. Do a cast and retrieve. There's only so many things you can do. You can do bottom bouncing, cast and retrieve, or straight vertical jigging. It's one of these 3. None of these work, they're not biting. I guess slow pitch, right? Slow pitch didn't work out the other day. I had a great day with it last year, 2 years ago, but Tried it the other day, and I spent a long time slow pitch jigging. Nothing happened, so let's see. Pleasure traffic's gonna quiet down soon. Pontoon boat traffic, whatever you want to call it. Bites out of these fish. Alright, what I'll do is I'm gonna make a long run. And what I'll do is I'm gonna zip over to the far side of this ledge, get away from a little bit of this traffic. Definitely a little bit more of a centralized artery of boat traffic here. Maybe that'll get these fish in a negative mood. But they're gonna bite at some point, they gotta. With this quantity of fish. Yeah, midday. Just ain't feeling that traffic, man. Oh, Mackinac, you could do it, man. It's still pretty fishable. I mean, there is boat traffic, but you can definitely fit out here. The loud boats, the loud and fast boats. Working these cliffs. Old hydrilla on our jig. Oof. I'm just gonna keep stopping in random spots where there's just piles and piles of fish. And I think eventually someone somewhere is gonna bite. Cast and retrieve didn't get a bite, straight vertical did for that. But yeah, boats going over them. You know, think about it, what, 80 feet is 3 boat lengths? These fish will feel that, for sure. But, you know, towards dusk, boat traffic's gonna subside, and maybe they're gonna bite a little bit. But I had 2 bites in the middle of the boat traffic, so you never know. Let's see, maybe one of these guys is gonna go for it. Nope. I think that boat traffic's no good then. Alright, let's engage. What we'll do is I'm gonna pedal down to the end of this ledge. Maybe find some fish that haven't had their heads run over. They seemed interested though. We definitely need the traffic to slow down a little bit though, I think. So I think we're gonna get it. I'm all my cards. It's like I've not played a single hand in poker yet today, this whole trip. Like, where do I really say I'm gonna commit and really take all my fish autism and focus on one spot? We're here today. This afternoon, boat traffic be damned. I'm out of here. You might say it's stupid to be around this much pleasure traffic. I agree, I don't love it, but I know I got fish and it's my last chance to catch a couple. So I'm power off for 2 seconds. Let's drink some water and then grind away. Okay. Gonna do like 200 yard, sorry, I got my face covering over, 200 yard moves at a time. Fish 200 yards, move down 200 yards. Fish 200 yards, move down 200 yards. See what comes with it. Every group of fish gonna be moody, it's possible. But I'm hopeful. No ultralight this evening, as much as I'm gonna do ultralight the rest of my fishing trip, so. Come on, somebody come for it. Come on. Oh my goodness, how many fish are down there that all turned away? Maybe I gotta go smaller profile. That's another possibility. I got a little bucktail. That might work. It seemed like this was the only thing I got bites on when I don't know if I had that many marks earlier. Like, I wonder what that looks like on a high quality fish finder. 5, 10, 15 fish? I have no idea. A lot. Oh yeah. And there we go. Don't lose them alive. Oh my goodness, how many fish are coming up or following it. I wonder if you could see how ridiculous that looks on my screen. We're screen watching. We ain't scoping, we're just 2D sonar. I'm live streaming a Game Boy Color here while everyone else is playing Xbox Live, and I'm gonna date myself, I'm sure. Oh, go around that lynx, man. I'm so jealous of the afternoon weather that they get in upstate New York, though. I'm so jealous of it. Oh, twirling. Twirling. Does he want to run? Boy, this one ate it. He inhaled it. Okay. We'll get him a little casting net. I annihilated that salmon the other day. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, first one down. First lake trout. I'm only going to measure a special giant one if we get one. Come on, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Thought I was going to get him. Don't do it. No, no, no. Come on, got him. It's like the bowfin of the deep. A little bit cooler, I'd say. Bowfin. Yeah, they're gonna bite. They're gonna bite. We had weather go. Last night there was no. Came here. Sorry, the other day in the midday, there was no wind at all. We have a little bit of a wind. I feel like no wind in freshwater. Yeah, you need just a slight amount. Maybe the tide. Maybe the moon cycle. I don't know. There's definitely something. Something to it. Just like that, we got our first laker landed. We've been fishing maybe 10 minutes. That's a pretty good ratio with lake trout, man. You're gonna watch a YouTube video. Guys are gonna take, I don't know, 3 hours of footage and clip it together. Sure, there's a window where the bite might get really hot, but the rest of the trip, I'm just talking to myself, man. Talking about whatever we could figure out. But, and there was also homework, right? There was a day where this kind of sucked. I definitely had to do the legwork of not catching much for a couple of days. I mean, we caught good fish, but we didn't catch like numbers. And I think tonight I'm confident enough to at least ramble, give you my unfiltered kayak fishing thoughts. Out here, the Finger Lakes, I don't know. They're great. It's a lot of water. They're challenging though, man. They are, I cannot understate the challenge of these places. They're beautiful and I really love fishing them, especially when the weather's nice. I think the main reason I love them so much is they're afternoon fisheries. They're good in the afternoon. A lot of places aren't great in the afternoon. That kind of drives me nuts a little bit. Like summer in the Carolinas in the afternoons, every now and then you get a fishable, afternoon, but most of them aren't. So I always find that to be a little bit on the frustrating side. But we can sit out here, enjoy a sunset. Wind's supposed to diminish throughout the evening, no thunderstorms. Just like all these things that are incredible. All right, let's see here. These are some new fish. That one ate kind of on the bounce, right? I would say. Let's see if this guy wants to eat, or nope, nobody wanted to eat there. Pontoon boat, it turned him off. Oh, I had a follow come up though, just one. Guess another 4, 6, 8 fish. I have no idea. It's a nice pontoon boat though. I don't know much about them, but definitely don't see them as much where I live. They're everywhere here. I see pontoon boats and Subarus. Nope. One more time. 3 times and I'm moving on. I think the goal is to cover a lot of water, right? To make sure you're not staying on fish that have had their heads run over. A lot of fish just like bass, speckled trout. You catch a couple and then they kind of send out a pheromone that they're like, you know, I'm going to turn, not every fish does that. Some fish you can clean out of school, but stuff like trout and more, I guess, particular fish can get real weird like that, for sure. You're going to be like, no, I'm good. One bites and then the rest, they all stay turned off. And that's what we're going to kind of keep and plan for. Is that just, we're going to get one, and the rest won't cooperate sometimes. But in the evening, that might change. Yeah, don't know. It's 4:30 now. People are still out and about. So this is a 1.3 ounce Mackinac shad. I designed this years ago, man. Unfortunately, I think they're gonna be gone. Unless I find a new manufacturer that really wants to deal with this. How should I say, for me to put my full-time effort into it versus creating content, it's a losing proposition. I just don't sell enough and the margins aren't good enough. And unfortunately, content is more feasible for my full-time, you know, there's only so many hours in a day. And if I find somebody that wants to take over, and nobody can do, you know, what you want as good as you, unfortunately. That's the way the world works. So, a little bit unfortunate part of the reality I guess I have to deal with, besides the tubers going by. I'm amazed I even got bites with this amount of traffic out here, though. These fish have been run over for hours and hours, but that's okay. You know, they know it. They're having a good time, man. I never got to do that as a kid. Anyone else get to do that as a kid? Go tubing? Tubing on the lake. It looks fun, man. It's summer. It's definitely like, you know, if you live somewhere where there's pretty much year-round fishing, summer's still busy, but at the same time, it's like you really take every moment you can in being out here. You know, come late September, there's nights in the 40s already. The water cools off quickly. There's only a short period of time where the water temperatures are in the high 70s, mid 70s rather. And that's just how it is. So they go hard. People, when they don't have, you know, water access and good seasons to be on the water nonstop, for whatever window they get, they're going hard, man. I always like to say sometimes too, when I used to fish before doing it full time, where I could be like, oh, I'm just going to go back tomorrow or the next day or whatever it is, I used to be a little bit more, I used to go really hard. And I went hard these last 3 days, but tonight I'm like full focus, drop those jigs, hook those lake trout, and go home knowing I gave it a good day. That one didn't bite. Looking at these mansions up here, though, they are nice. Sometimes what happens too is they'll follow it all the way up to the surface out of 90 feet and just, I don't know. They're kind of strange critters, I would say. I also don't think they taste as bad as some people make them out to be. These people are kayaking across the lake. Well, the tubing stuff is kind of lame. Because they do circles around you. They don't really, how should I say? They don't peace out like they're gone. Like a jet ski's annoying, but he's gone. The tubing, they got people floating in the lake. It's going to get annoying. I don't know how long they're going to tube for, but I'm fishing till sunset. I know that. Any rhyme or reason where to drop? Probably not. I think I might have to cross the lake, though, to get away from tubing, though. I don't know I don't know exactly. I didn't know what I would walk into on a Sunday afternoon. It's kind of funny. Also, like, you should have known better, duh. I know that, but I don't spend enough time. Sunday afternoons by me, fishing-wise, you can get it done Sunday afternoon. Saturday is the day that's just like, try to avoid at all costs in many places. Here, I don't know, maybe Sunday's the more popular recreational day before going back to work. I don't know. Okay. One of you guys want to bite? Ooh, no, oh, missed him. Maybe his buddy wants to bite. I can't believe they're still biting after having stuff go over their heads like that. This probably just needs 5 minutes of reset time after an engine plows over their head. Like, I'm sure it turns them off a little bit. These people think I'm crazy hearing me talk to myself in YouTube land. It definitely takes me a while to get comfortable talking on camera with people around like this, but I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. I'm breaking out of comfort zones, trying to be less of a grump. The second one bites the question. One fish followed it, but he didn't bite it. Third time. Three in a spot. That's all I'm doing. So I think there's a few fish. One fish did hit on the bounce, right? The first one we landed, he hit it when I bounced that jig. So I don't know, but I was also still like the second drop. So it's not like I'm going to be like, oh yeah, let's keep working it. That's why sometimes gulp works well. They like to eat on the drop. You put a little gulp out on the bottom there, they pick up that scent as it falls down, and then they're in it, you know. All right, I think it's time to go though. We had our one bite here. Nothing came of him. You know it. Hooked that rainbow here yesterday too in the midday. Oh no, I thought they were people in that tubing clan. They're kayaking across. You know, one day when I have 10 weeks to fish out here, right, I'd love to, like, July there was some bad algae blooms, but like one day when I'm 50 or 60 and I'll be up here a lot, maybe I'll just be, at some point I'd love to spend a full summer up on the Finger Lakes and just fish till my heart's desire, and really get to see every inch of the lay of the land. That'll be exciting to me. The next thing we're going to do too is we're headed to the Adirondacks. And I know they got some lake trout there. My buddy Nate said the ultralight fishing is really good there. How should I say, this morning I did a little bit of it and it seemed like it was pretty good. And it seems like there's just things I need to understand before going ultralight fishing around here. It's just that simple. You know, you can't just throw a little 1/30th ounce jig everywhere and think you're gonna have, you know, all the fish you want to yourself every time. All right, we're on 96 feet of water here. Let's see if any of these fish want to bite. Nope. One more chime. One more chime. Chime time. What I do like though is the nights are cooler too. I do miss having cool nights. But man, I still wouldn't trade it for October, November, December in the Carolina. Every region in the country's got, you trade one thing for another. There's no perfect place in that regard. But a lot of places are pretty fishy. Yep, these fish didn't budge. Should we do a little slow pitch? All right, let's do one more. I'm going to do one more drop with the paddle tail. I had 4 bites so far. 1 fish landed. So 1 for 4, which is not that outrageous. But I think I do want to try the slow pitch for like at least 30 minutes. Got this 40-gram one. I'm going to go with this one. It's got some nice small hooks on it. I think that'll be good for 90 feet, what we're working through. And yeah, there's no telling like which one's going to be the one that bites, which one doesn't. The other day I talked myself into thinking the 100-foot fish are going to be the more aggressive ones. And you just don't know. All right, it could be any, all, none. They could all turn on at the same time. I want to do an evening feed. Is my lens? No, we're good. An evening feed on fish. But this is like one of these things that's challenging, right? You know, they probably get some fishing pressure, trolling, probably an occasional person jigging them, but you know, I haven't seen it. Yesterday I didn't see anyone fishing here, and today I don't see anyone fishing here, so probably not enough to spook them. So it's the amount of times you'll even bump into fish that are not pressure that are going to give you a hard time. It's really incredible. These fish, nope. Anybody? 2 drops. And this guy, I guess I'll just bounce this off the bottom and see if we do better on a slow pitch. No text messaging. We are full focused. Don't want to distract myself. I want to, I'm fully immersed in the Finger Lakes kayak fishing experience today. My last evening, 2027, we'll be back here. And hopefully catching a couple fish. Okay, these fish didn't bite. I always feel like what really sometimes gets these weird fish going about this slow pitch jigs, I don't think it has anything to do with the metal jig. I think the secret's actually in this hook. What do you think? What do you mean? I think the hook's with the sparkles. Little sparkles on there. They just give off that, what these fish want. I do generally like smaller micro jigs, I guess you can call them, 20 grams, honey grams, but these are 40. These are a little heavier. They're made by Infamous Tackle. I had my favorite 20 gram jigs over the years, and they're gone. 20 and 30 grams, I can't find them anymore. Nobody wants to make them. You know, it's got to be cost effective. It's that simple. If it ain't cost effective, no one's going to do it. You could have the best idea in the world. Trying my best after nuking that salmon the other day with a hole in my net. I didn't even know I had a hole in my net, so I guess, does that make me less guilty of killing a landlocked salmon? I don't know. New batch of fish, though. I'm putting it up there. Like, the uncut videos, the good, the bad, it's all going to get exposed. I don't know. And like I said, it was my first time in a long time handling that fish, so I'm trying to get better at it. You know, you forget these things. It's not your Monday through Friday. That thing sinks fast. Let me see. I'm going to just bounce this a little bit. Kind of aggressively. Wow, I thought I was going to get at least one bite on those fish with the slow pitch. I had a follow, I could see it. I can't tell all the way up there, but I could see that something was coming. Maybe swipe at it all the way at the surface. You know, sometimes I stop halfway up the water column. I get impatient with these metal jigs. These fish cleared out from it though, like they're not even on my sonar anymore. Did they spook from it? They got mad. Sometimes it's too aggressive, or it's the wrong color. That was interesting though. The only thing I noticed is on my sonar, I dropped this jig down and the fish cleared out. With the Mackinaw, they weren't that interested, where they were being kind of weird. These fish completely just cleared out. So maybe it's spooking them, too heavy. I don't know. You know, the other thing is too, even though I started marking fish again, those fish could have spooked all the way up here, and you know, there could be a huge shift that these fish for several hundred feet could be notifying each other through emails, through fish mail. So that's really possible. Okay, 95 feet, 454. I thought I was going to get on the water at 5:30 this evening, but I was like, it's the last day, Elias. Don't be that lazy. Everyone says, "Oh, Elias, you went soft, man. You don't fish as hard as you used to." You don't. It's true, I don't. But there's times when I'm like, fired up enough, I want to do it. You're right. I do get that still. I wonder if this thing's just dropping too quickly. Could be it too. A lot of times with the slow pitch jigs, they'll eat it on the fall pretty often for me. More than on the retrieve. Of course, I tangle myself up too. Nice move. No bites on this yet. Not like in my house. Yeah, they clear out, without a doubt. They don't like this thing one bit. I'm taking it off. Thumbs down's a slow pitch for this evening session right now. I'm gonna take that off. Going. What do you need 3 250s for over here, man? Thought you only see that silliness elsewhere. Alright, let's do the Mackinaw then. Evening chartreuse powder. I hope boat traffic thins out for dusk. I feel like I might have walked myself into a terrible trap. I don't want to cross the lake. It does look like there's less traffic on the other side, but now you learn with me, man. Some things are not the best idealized, and it's okay. There's places that are better suited for jigging for sure. There's kayaks out in the middle of the lake though. There's definitely all that stuff. Do you want to eat the Mackinaw? It's got the tricks too, man. That looks hard. Hang on, I can't do that. Hey, that fish followed. Okay. Okay. That fish did follow that jig up. See him came off the bottom a little bit. I'm like really drawn to the undeveloped shoreline, thinking that it's going to be more peaceful. I think it's going to be exactly the same though. It just, grass is greener on the other side. That's like a 3/4 mile run, and me with an illusion, and there might not even be any fish there for all we know too. I know there's fish here, a ton of fish here, as I'm scooting around here. 95 feet down. Do you think they feel it? They feel it. It's funny too, is like a lot of times I'd be somewhere else and these fish would feed. I'd take a couple swigs of beer by the time it gets down 95 feet. The thought of lake trout fishing and drinking beer though. The smell of the lake trout. The lake trout doesn't smell that bad, but just like in the hot sun, I'm not a on the water drinker. I'm just not. I think if this bite doesn't get going though, hearing all the motors and stuff, yeah, maybe I'm gonna leave salty tonight. If I can't get a bite going, you're watching this though. I'm definitely uploading some of this. That means like fishing was decent enough, but like, yeah, if I can't get enough bites going though, I'm leaving that salty. Oof. Well, this fish is interested. He says, I smell something falling into my lair. What you got for me? Is that a Mackinaw shad I see? Is it? Nah, I don't want it. I changed my mind. A lot of you guys give your fish stories too. You start to give them like a little bit of a personality. So when they're dropping down on their heads, the point looks pretty good too. Man, there's so many fish on this right now. Look at that RV, man. That's the life though, man. I do get jealous when I see some of these houses. I wonder if they fish much anymore. People who have like the trolling motors and the real setups. Maybe for tournaments they'll still fire it up to get a little bit of a purpose. I can see it getting kind of, I don't know, expensive lifestyles. You lose interest in the normal things sometimes, like just going fishing maybe. Maybe they don't. I'm projecting a little bit. So I think I really want to stop on a pile of fish. I see scattered fish everywhere. I'm trying to think. I think the few bites I had were definitely on piles, like in numbers. Well, obviously it doesn't have to matter with the boat traffic. They're getting run over no matter what. I'm just kind of cruising. We're already starting to overthink it. That's the weakness, right? Of ISU fishing sometimes. I overthink what's going in the mind of a 26-inch fish down there in 88 feet. Probably not as much as what's going through my mind about him. They're either just down there like, oh, can't wait till the sun goes low so I can start hunting, or they're like, nah, I'm so full because there's so much bait and I don't have to fight for anything, so I'm just going to sit around and live on the bottom out here, not really work for much. And I think the latter is the case. Fish that just aren't needing to move much, and just have such a surplus of those alewives, the oyster gobies. Like, forage is abundant in some places, and in places where it's not abundant, the fishing's always usually kind of easier. Doesn't mean it's always trophy fishery if there's no forage, but like, if there's abundant forage, fishing's usually harder. But doesn't mean, there's no fish. They just don't have to work for it. So you either gotta work on reaction, just doing something that agitates them, whatever it may be. In this case, we're fishing for a quick reaction strike. There might be a time that they're really feeding hard, but it's probably a quick window, an hour or two tops. A certain part of the day, a certain part of the tide. Why are you saying tide when there is no tide? Yeah, it's for the viewers that really value it. Okay, there we go. There's one fish there. Something mid 85 feet down, no idea. Jet ski. Powerboat, a couple kayakers. Well, I guess I'm not that crazy if I'm out on my kayak trying to fish and film a YouTube video that somebody's going to watch to fall asleep. This fish seems to not be biting at all. I'm also not coming on an insane concentration anywhere. I'm seeing like onesie-twosies. Which is enough, right? I've definitely caught them easily on no fish marks. Probably my Lowrance over the years never told me there were fish somewhere or not somewhere. But I don't think I ever tried on a busy Sunday afternoon. There's no rain on the forecast today too. Every other day had rain in the forecast that I've been Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is the only day without rain, so that makes sense why it's the busier of the string of days. 90 feet. There's definitely at least 2 fish. 3 fish. Okay, try that one. That's all I can do, man. Just, see fish, new patch, a few feet over. Or I could go try to find some bluegills again. We already did the bluegill fishing, though. Yeah, apparently got a humble pie taste of what largemouth bass fishing is these days in some places. That's what I got humble pied about, too. I never a good largemouth bass fish. Oh, man, a bunch of fish came down there. Let's see if one of them wants to eat. Who's going to eat? Oh, come on, man. You're not going to come all the way up in the boat traffic, are you? One bite I had was pretty high up in the water column, though, now that I think about it. But yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. Keep working. Keep on working our way down. Well, this Hobie Lynx has done great on the road, though, man. I was very worried about having this kayak come travel with me, because it's a fragile little thing. And yeah, this works great. I would recommend it. Like, I've been careful with it, not letting it hit, anything hard, but pulling it up on the beach, putting it in the pickup truck. It's sitting on a roof rack or in the tailgate all the time. So I hope somebody starts making it if Hobie's done with it completely. I don't know. It's not part of the Bass Pro lineup that I saw in the works. Like Bass Pro definitely, as you know, bought out Hobie, and no idea, right? I saw the Pro Angler, the Outback. I didn't see the Lynx in the lineup, and I don't know if they're going to have the parts for it still or whatever. I hope they do. This has been such a great kayak. It's not the best content making kayak is the problem, though. I can't make that much content from it because, I'm kind of limited on mileage. Great for personal use, suffers in the content. No sick edits, bro. It's hard to sick edit out of this, bro. Alright, let's see if anything's there. 2 fish. Let me drop one more time on them. Definitely 1, 2. This is Elias V scoping. This is the best I got. I spent $200 on this to get it delivered. That's my scope. Oh, you're just jealous. You can't afford live scope. I can, but honestly, I don't think it'll give me the return on investment I want. Maybe it will. It goes to show you what I know. I'm always in my head that, you know, want to do it the most bare bones way imaginable sometimes. How long does it take? Can I talk and go across the 400-foot chasm? Is anyone gonna want to watch? Another day, another way. Love to do like one day, just like launch point to launch point all over the Finger Lakes. I fished Hemlock and Canada, spot burn. I did fish those 2 lakes and they weren't that great. I mean, I found some fish, but I didn't do that good in them. Yeah. Now, from here we're gonna go to Adirondacks, fish Racket Lake probably, maybe Tupper Lake, I don't know. A lot of lakes and small lakes, just a little of everything. And it's gonna be like a little partnership with Field and Stream. They'll have their own edit, I'll probably have my own, you know, long or ultra long or not so long. I don't know what's gonna end up happening. It's getting quiet. I'm not marking anywhere nearly as many fish as earlier overall. But yeah, we're gonna give that a little bit of time, let that cool off till 6 o'clock. All right, there's somebody here. So just over there, it's like 150 feet deep. So it's like you're working a tight zone pretty much. All right, this fish is coming for it. He says, dropping a Mackinaw down. Okay. You tried chartreuse, right? Want to eat chartreuse, bro? He said, I'm going to chase it for a minute, but I ain't going to eat it. He went down, he came up, and that's him sitting there in 75 feet. Now he's like, nah, I'm good. All right, I'll follow back again. Let me see where it's going. Hope he's just chilling there. Never to be seen again. This is a point where I get to the ADD part of my brain. And it fires off full steam. Definitely is like, yo, bro, go fishing 30 feet. Go catch some little fish. I'm like, go catch some smaller fish. Okay, every now and then I gotta power off and repower to reset the microphone syncing. I don't know, there's a weird issue with my camera that the microphone doesn't always sync very easily. I went another like 10 feet, just marked a couple more fish, a little bit of bait. Maybe these guys are gonna bite. Boat traffic's dying off though. It definitely is. It's 5:15. Everyone's going home. Got one job out here, Elias. Catch fish. Walk away with a smile. I think we're gonna walk away with a smile either way. I haven't caught a rock bass. I said it, I was like, oh, we haven't caught rock bass since I was probably like 10 years old. I was like, oh, I should go out here and try to catch some rock bass. I haven't caught a rock bass in this whole trip. I haven't caught a smallmouth bass, even a small one. Bluegills, I've caught some small largemouths one day. I didn't get a pickerel. Man, I got humbled, man, really humbled hard with a lot of this fishing this year. But still, like I said, got big rainbow, salmon, a few lake trout. So overall, still good. Good 3 days. Let's see out here what we got. Anybody down there on the bottom? All the way on the bottom? Oh, we're going shallower here. There's fish out there in 70 feet too, a couple of them. Sometimes the bigger ones are up shallow. It's really hard to predict though. I want a jet ski. I want live scope. I want a tuber. I want a tube. Waterfront house. And no need to ever make a YouTube video again. Thanks. Want to be a jet ski influencer. These are definitely rainbow trout. Ooh, he hit it. Oh man, that's it. He's gone. Didn't feel very big, but he ate it. He ate it on the drop. Those ones you don't hook very often. That quick machine gun hit. Let's keep moving. I'm going to spend forever on that one fish that had the audacity to hit me on the drop. Oh no, my microphone battery's running low. I have to plug that in. Sorry. Mega nerd going on here. Gotta put that somewhere. There's a lot of fish up on this stuff here. And that's some serious drop-offs though. 60 feet to 80 foot like that. There's a fish sitting right at 60 foot and maybe like another one at 65. I don't know. I'm guessing there's a couple of sitting there. This might be where I pick up my salmon though. I don't know what we cut out of all this. We cut something. All of it. Alright, let's run up a little shallow, see if there's anything interesting there. Could be a couple fish out here in like 35 feet. Those are some perch for sure. Should try a little perch jigging? Oh, let's try it. Screw it. Oh man, there's definitely a bunch of perch here. See that? See if they got any size to them. We're getting distracted. The shiny object. It was too convenient. I knew there was a hump here. There's probably reason there'd be a couple fish. What are we gonna use? We got this guy ready to go. The shiny objects got me immediately. Let's see if they got some big perch here. Still want to catch my rock bass, man. I feel like that, these ledges would be where the smallmouth are too. Fish moved really quickly though. It's like definitely like I stopped, there was a bunch, and they moved right off immediately. Got it. Got him on. No, I lost him. Damn it. Do I got him? I don't know if I do. This is where I would think I'd get a brown trout too. It's like the other thing that's in the back of my head. Just a tight point. Brown trout might be here. Yellow perch for sure. That ain't that bad. I'd say the average size seems to have improved. Like, they're not giants, but they're border, like, there's some places where they're definitely bigger, I know that. But there definitely seems to be more larger yellow perch than I remember 10 years ago. I wouldn't use the word large, like, if you're really interested in filleting fish, yeah, you could definitely do it. And get yourself a pretty good meal. It doesn't seem like the depth matters that. I mean, it seems like there's less bigger ones, ultra shallow, and something like 35 foot does seem to have a few more. 30 foot maybe. But, yeah, you don't have to like get ultra focused on a certain depth. I do want to get like a 14-inch honker though. Or that rock bass, man. I can't believe I'm struggling to catch a single rock bass that much. Get your head checked, Elias, to be fishing. Man, you only get one, like, that shows a lot of aggression and the rest shut down. All right, I'll try once in like 25 feet here and see if we get one more and then call it. It seemed like there was a bunch in 20 feet yesterday too. This kayak's pretty seaworthy though, man. It looks like, it should get its... it doesn't like being in constant chop, but a couple boats going by, it's no big deal. Like, yeah, you don't want to be in constant chop, but that goes without saying. What's this weird algae I'm going through? Ooh. Yeah, it's a bad idea. It's it's going to take me way too long to get down there even. To mess with this silly idea of mine. I'm going to do it 6:30. It's 5:30 right now. We're definitely going to head back to where those bigger bodies of fish seem like they were at. Oh, why don't I? Yeah, this stuff's weird. What is all this like floating? It looks like scum, some kind of pond scum. Super clear around this corner. As I get down here, I'm seeing all this stuff now. This is like bilge pump discharge or just weird random runoff muck that I'm not too familiar with. Some stuff down here. Let's see if that bites. Might be fish, I don't know. Could be bottom clutter. Some of this stuff just falling down to the bottom. The way to do a lot of these Finger Lakes in big places like this is kind of do like a float trip, right? You start at one access point, go 6-7 miles to another, then you have you'll have a great day versus trying to come through a zone. Just keep going, right? You're gonna bump into lots of wads of fish, whatever you want to call it, groups of fish, and that's a really good way to do it. Check out my cheater box. Using it to find fish. Find one fish at a time. I like this thing a lot better than my Lowrance, though. I could tell already. Just in terms of, yeah, it's fast, doesn't have problems. It's not as easy to click through at times. I get it, but other than that, I've been very happy with what I've seen with it. Those are 2 fish just freaking willy-nilly cruising around down there in 70 feet. Come on. They're not going to bite. The one walleye that's in here too. These cruising fish are hard to intercept. So let's see how the Adirondacks are different. Adirondacks definitely has, I mean, some places definitely are going to have just as much pleasure traffic, I bet. But see how the fishing's different too. And I don't want to go that much further after that point. It seemed like that point was kind of a cutoff, soft cutoff point. There's a fish down there in 75 feet. I feel like those kind of more pelagic fish definitely won't bite in the boat traffic because they're not hunkered down to the bottom too much. But that fish is eating some bait. I gotta figure out how to touch this auto zoom because it's cutting off a chunk of the water column that I might have wanted to see, like a school of bait over there in 70 feet. You're looking at the houses, I'm looking at my screen. I think it's time to turn around though and start heading back up that other way then. So I don't think we're gonna see much here. Went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. Fish out here in 101 feet of water. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I missed him. Got that one. Heck yeah. Let's go. Fist pumps. Fist bumps and let's goes. As soon as I saw him coming up on that graph, I started reeling. You overthink it, it doesn't work. One day it works great. Oh, he's not liking it. Oh, that's a salmon. It's definitely a salmon. That chase. Oh no, did I lose him? It's a salmon, yeah. 100 feet down. Bruh. %sure. Yeah, that's no lake trout. Little Cast King net. I hope you could do it for me. It's crazy how these fish seem to be more aggressive than the Lakers. Unless there's that many salmon down there that just don't want to bite for me. Oh, it's a Laker. It's a big one. Damn, he didn't fight like a lake trout would. He's got a lamprey scar too. It's a nice lake trout, man. Wow, look at that scar. Gnarly. Damn, look how fat they are though. Come on. Good fish, man. The nasty scar. Mackinaw. Fish number 2 landed. We're an hour into it though, I'd say. Yeah, it's definitely taking its time. Fish was in 100 feet. Okay. Let's see if we can find any more. Oh, well, we did get a yellow perch too. I thought that was a salmon. Just that fight was very unlike lake trout. They usually stay vertical the whole time. Those lampreys look like eels. They can latch onto the trouts, and they definitely do a vampire thing. Get one of those things going for them. All right, but I'm not marking much over here. It's pretty empty on the sonar. I think I'm gonna start cruising back up slowly. We'll see. I'm gonna give this one more. Let's see if we see another fish. Give him that proper shake. See if it eats. There's one, I think. Nope. Maybe? I don't know. I don't think I dropped on one. He's definitely fishing. That's right. Fishing and YouTubing. 2 worst combinations. No, I don't think I marked a fish there. Nothing came up to investigate my offering. Beautiful evening though. Seeing some gorgeous scenery. Fuego putting in work still. Alright, marked one down here, 95 feet. That was pretty cool though. I could see he was swimming up to come and eat it. I guess next time I see that, I gotta start reeling right away. I think this one came up for it too. Hold on. Hold on, Nelly. Dang. These fish want to eat. Less fish here too, man. That's crazy. Somewhere where there's like 100 fish, they're like seeing one fish and it's ultra competitive and hungry. It's crazy. Want to see this one after that take. A great way to spend a summer day, evening. Oh man. These fish aren't that bad to eat too. I mean, like I said it once before. I think they're a little underrated. Oh man, there's one. Good one. Hey, you unhooked yourself, which is great. Now you're tangling yourself as well. True lake trout fashion. Okay, there you go. If you look at old articles, they'd sometimes be called salmon trout, but member of the char family. Also the toughest in my opinion, handling wise. Well, one or two things are happening. They're actually going to really turn on for the evening, or my theory of less fishes, more bites. It's like I'm literally just finding one fish in 95 foot. It eats, and that was 2 for 2 there actually, versus seeing 100 fish somewhere else. Just goes to show you, you always just gotta stay on your toes and keep experimenting when it comes to fishing. Now I'm gonna glue myself to my screen after all that, probably. Right? Getting that lucky streak like that. One problems with this braided line now is I'm trying to drop down. It's like sticky. little sticky, not too bad. No, I don't think that was a fish. Just stopped on a little hump. Had nothing on it. Keep going. I got 2 more minutes before I want to head back up. Oh, got people water skiing still. The other way to catch these fish is to troll them up too, right? Trolling you'll definitely catch. Not every time, but usually, I'd say most days of the week, you'll catch more trout and salmon and stuff like that. Lake trout. It's definitely not quite as sporty as this. Like, you know, you're putting stuff in the rod hole. I mean, I guess you're not looking at your electronics as much. You're looking at depth and talking and having a good time. I get that too. It's a different experience. I've done when I just started trying this, I definitely did the trolling from the kayak. I didn't like it much, honestly. The fights sucked. You know, the fish would just barrel around. All right, we got a fish here. Let's see if he eats. This auto zoom feature is not the best, though, is what I'm feeling like to some extent here. Okay. Didn't eat. Or maybe I missed the mark, I don't know. 3 fish this evening so far. That's pretty good. Fishing for an hour and a half. We can go down just a little bit more. I'm just not marking enough fish that I don't know. What's the time management strategy? This is where the crunch is starting to happen in my head. A little bit. 85 feet here. These ledges are chaotic. They're hard to have my fish finder grab onto them and focus to some extent. Some came up about 40 feet off the bottom, I guess. Try to intercept my jig. All right, we gotta get our way back to that good spot. Well, I saw a lot of fish yesterday. Let's see if they want to bite for the evening. I'm just hoping that boat traffic's really gonna drop off around 7 o'clock, 6:45. Figure give myself 45 minutes in case I bump into enough fish. I want to stick with it. Let me just try to. I kind of want to get rid of this auto zoom feature. I feel like it's hurting me more than it might be helping me. Nah, I don't know. Might be more of a distraction to stop on mid-water column marks. Might have no chance at hooking anything. So I'm cutting it back up shallower in 78 feet. It's definitely a fish there. Sometimes coming off plane is worse than staying on it though. We got a few fish here. 75. Reeling through in the abyss is fun though. Like you're like, are you gonna get a bite while you're reeling through this? And you're like, no way am I gonna get bit. And then you do, and you're like, wow, I can't believe I actually got bit. I followed it halfway up and stopped. See if we get him one more time. All right, we got to make sure we're efficient, not stopping every other fish, which could be the same one, etc. So next, probably use houses as markers. Stop every other house, so you don't sit on the same ones over and over again. Because that could have been the same fish. I just pushed them down this way. Who knows? I mean, it was, it's a steady supply per se. And there's a lot of stuff mid-water column now too. It's gonna be interesting evening. Whoa, 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 whoa! What the f is this guy doing? Holy shit! Oh my goodness! Oh man, it only takes one, right? Get that weekend treatment, bro. All right, let's see. Definitely found some fish at least, so. Can't believe they're biting in all this traffic. All right, what we got? Little leaguer. What, rainbow trout? Yeah. Little rainbow. Cool. You eating that little bait? How big of a bait, bro? don't know if your largemouth bass baits it's the most people here, or your lake trout bait, or yeah, I mean, you never know. You can grow into a monster. It's crazy those little lake trout are, those rainbow trout are 78 feet down too. All these fish can use the whole water column, or kind of adapted to it to some extent. Uncut scope, and I wonder in 1999 when people had their first 2D sonars like this, what people were thinking about them. Gonna have a beautiful sunset. So tomorrow I gotta get up at 8 a.m. Sorry, gotta get on the road at 8 a.m. I have a hard time sleeping past 6 a.m. Many years of angling, what happens, it seems like you just kind of start getting up early. I miss sleeping, and I really do, because my wife ends up sleeping till 8 a.m. pretty regularly. But yeah, my dog knows I'm easy to wake up at 7, 7:30. You just shove me around a little bit, I'll wake up. The dog knows this trick. Takes full advantage of it. And yeah, do I want to just beeline it over to where there's a lot of fish? Yeah, I think I do. I'm only going to stop on something that looks really good, because yeah, it's easy to get that shiny object distracted. I don't know what that was. It looked like a piling down there. All right. Don't get distracted by. Stay focused, Elias. Stay focused. That fish isn't that interested. Next drop. Here goes. What are we gonna find out here? Sea legs, man. I'm covering miles. 3.8 miles an hour on the lynx. Definitely moving. Oh man. So what do you think? How many miles do I end up doing on a typical trip? Man, with the finger lakes, I'll cover 2-3 miles pretty regularly. The way to do it though is to have 2 cars get dropped off somewhere, picked up, like to do a lot of these big lake trips, because then you don't have to go over back to through dead zones again. You could just keep covering miles and miles and miles. So like somewhere where there's like one launch that's maybe 5 miles apart, that's really the way to do it. I'm gonna stop here, see what it is. There's definitely a bunch of fish there. Both decided to pass up on it. Almost where 2 people came out to fish this evening, so I think they're fishing. One guy trolling, one guy jigging. Okay. Evening trolling bite. Sure, he's tearing them up, I bet. It's very noisy though, with jet skis though. It's the only downside. Kills the experience more than the actual traffic. It's noise. That was a salmon rolling up top behind me. I think a salmon or a rainbow was slurping something off the surface there. Got one dude trolling, one dude jigging. I'm gonna keep this efficient. We got about another hour and a half of daylight. All right, stop on the 95 footers. Seems like fish are pushing shallower now. I'm not seeing as much out deeper. I was cruising a little bit, not insane amount, but 85. I'm making more aggressive stops, I'd say. Maybe some bottom bouncing, I don't know. Fish might not want to come up with all that noise. Boat traffic. Oh, he nipped at it. Yeah, it definitely had a nip on the bottom bouncing. All right. This lake trout can be kind of garbage cans. They eat a lot of stuff that maybe are not supposed to be eating. Oh, there's one. I had that tail fouled up. Okay. Live and learn. Dogging ya. twisting. If you ever wanted to know, this is like a glorified, what is that fish? Spiny dogfish. You know, the dogfish really wrap themselves up hard. This guy's do it a little bit too. They do fight harder than dogfish. There's definitely more intrigue to it. But maybe you just put a chicken rig down there. The dogfish would do the same thing. It's possible. See bubbles coming up? That's them releasing all their air. So you don't have to like, their air bladders are pretty much self-release, kind of like catfish. Not self-release, you know, decompress. I'm sure every now and then you can get one that you gave barotrauma to by bringing them up too quick, but take your time fighting them. This might be a nice fish. 32 inches is the goal. Where is he? Oh, that's a decent one. I think you wrap my leader up a little bit there. Hit it, Johnny. Got a bony mouth too, makes them hard to keep hooked sometimes. Stick them and then keep them hooked. Oh, man, come on. That gift wrap he gave me is epic right there. I'm gonna have to cut and retie. Pop. How'd you do that? Okay. Nice one. Super engaging lake trout content. I'm glad somebody's watching this, and I hope you're enjoying it. It's definitely something I kind of just find weird and fun. It's different to me too. Very bad clickable content though. I get it. Okay. And that's why I like these longer videos. You know, they're different, right? Unless I somehow catch like a 20-pound rainbow trout out here. I think the problem is nobody actually cares on the shorter videos anymore, which is fine. But here I can show you a couple days of fishing, afternoon, chunk them up. I would cut out some real boring things, but for the most part, I'm taking a 4-hour trip and probably turning it into 2 hours, 2.5. It's definitely a little more stressful though, in some regards, because there's definitely people still out here at 7 o'clock, but hey, I don't own the water. And I'll use this as a learning experience for the next time. Dang, I did lose a lot of time though, putting 50 fish in the kayak. It's gonna be interesting too when we go to the Adirondacks to see, is it gonna be just as busy? So, you know, like this is developed. Not insane development out here, but there's development. We'll see as we go to somewhere less developed. Is the fishing better? Wakeboarding, like all that stuff. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'm still dealing with pleasure traffic in the evening. 7:7. No, I'm not seeing that many fish now, though. I feel like I should make the move and go to another batch. Just because I got that fish there doesn't mean I can get that many more, probably. It's not my biggest rainbow, though. My biggest rainbow is 28 inches, so 26 is a good fish, though, man. You can catch that many that big. I'm going to cruise for another few feet. Let's see, anybody coming? Who's coming? One more time. That fish came, showed interest. Try Try to reel it away from him. It's just one, I think. Before when we were hooking up, I think there was at least 5 or 6 fish under the kayak, bouncing around. Yeah, that's definitely like 2, maybe 3 fish. I mean, it's definitely a few, and there's probably, I think that's a fish coming down. He might have followed it 50 feet up. Lynx power. See people put motors on this guy. I don't know, it defeats the purpose of it. You know, it's supposed to be, it's got not too much space to work with to begin with, so. I'd be curious to know how far away those trout come to investigate to. Do they come from like 10 feet? Do they come from, 100 feet away? I wonder how, they could swim fast, right? They got definitely the speed for quick, short bursts. Let's lay off the pedals for a second. Give your body a rest. 85 feet, there's a fish. I'm getting tired now. I'm starting to feel it for sure. I think more the my head on a swivel. It's definitely what's doing it more than anything. Oh! Yeah, we ain't getting another bite there, are we? That caught me off guard. A little bit. That fish caught me off guard though. I was definitely daydreaming. Beautiful evening though. Oh man. After you get a minute to relax, you realize how great it is to be alive and out experiencing this for sure. Let's see if any of these guys decide to come up and... What happened? There we go. Come up and take a smack at it. Ooh, I think somebody's going for it. Is he going to go for it? Oh, I felt a bite, I think. It's so funny to watch this go around like this. Wonder what makes them change their minds sometimes, though. Right? You would think after starting that, you would commit to it no matter what. Missed 2 fish here. I think 2, right? Gotta be maybe a little bit more patient on that hook set. Feel that little bump and I'm whaling right away. I think we gotta wait for that. We feel that weight. Yeah. Too trigger happy. It's 55 degrees down there, and these fish are, old. Not slow. They're just, might be just starting at the tail. Most fish, you set the hook the minute you get the bite. These fish might not be the best move. Nice one. Yay, wakeboarder's gone. That guy was definitely behind me for like 45 minutes. I own the water. That's what I should have said. Lake trout, channel cats, bluefish, ladyfish. I'm happy with all of them. As long as there's a little bit of a challenge to it, I find it interesting. Whoa, nice one. Good class. Oh, no, come on, get a little net. Oh my gosh. One net has a whole, for some reason I can't do it with my left hand. Oh man, come on. I keep having to. There we go. Boy. That's right. Woo, look how fat that fish is. Fat. Fat lake trout. Come on, get him. I think the plunge does better. Like, I let that one just swim down like that. He definitely was slower. We gotta plunge him in the future. Bro, you should have known. Yeah, well, I want to try. If you go on my short channel and just see the stuff, oh my gosh, it's great. You should look at the comment section. That's it. You don't have to watch a single short. Just look at the comments on my shorts. It's amazing. Okay, let's see. What's that, 5, 6 fish? It's pretty good. It's coming down to a short window, I think, though. It's probably what's going to end up being the final result out of this. All right, let's see. "91 feet. This is where they weren't biting the other day. It seems like they're biting now, for sure. That braid gets sticky when you really get it tight. Only took me 3 days to learn how to do this again. Last year, last year was I didn't do well. This year's much better, for sure. Compared to last year. Might be a smaller one. I don't know. Find out. Oh, pulled him. See ya, dude. Still cool. Bro, what's the point? That doesn't count. I'm definitely satisfied seeing him, looking at him, sending him off. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me stare at a screen for half of this trip. I would have done more ultralight fishing if I found more of it. So, what are you going to do? Still got a little time left out here, not too much. But I'm going to settle on these fish right here, see what happens. I don't know if maybe the difference is using the 1 ounce Mackinaw versus a 1.3 ounce. Maybe, maybe not. They just vacated, like poof. I would think they'd be the most active at this part of the day. Maybe that window was when I was catching them. You know, a couple like that. Well, I guess they go shallower. Well, we're out of time. Use this little Mackinaw shad mostly. Tried other lures and jigs and techniques. Who knows? You know, it seems like dozens and dozens of fish and just poof, gone. Pretty good afternoon session, especially with all that boat traffic then. I think if I was able to be in a little bit less boat traffic, I would have had even better, but lake trout seems to have bit pretty well. Probably the biggest one was 26, 27 inches, no giants, but seemed to be able to convert better ratio of bites. Probably like 1 out of 3, but live and learn. All right, I'll see you in the Adirondacks.